Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Can you believe it? Is a 2023 stock market and housing crash coming? Is it really going to happen? But you know what? Buy assets either way. Assets that pay you, that is. That's the mantra that you need to stay on, because then it would not matter if there is a stock market crash or a housing crash, because you'll have that passive income and the assets in hand. So let's talk about it tonight and have this conversation. And of course, we always have ways to counteract any crashes. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Stop struggling now. Gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank you so much for being here. And please share the videos. Let people know that there is a Stop Struggling Now channel. This helps everybody. It's the No Guru Zone, SSN Academy, SSN University, the No Guru Zone. And what does that mean? That means there's no cost whatsoever. There's no courses down below. There's no discount codes. There's none of that. You can ask questions in the chat room, and you may get some answers that you like. Let's see who's in the house tonight. It looks like Laverne Penix is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here in the house with the icon next to his name. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I received a notification and trailer. Thank you so much for letting me know. And you know what? For the first time in months, I actually received a notification that the live stream started. This is the first time. Soon as I started, it popped up on my screen for a change. It's unbelievable. It finally could have happened, ladies and gentlemen. Can this be for real? All right, let's get into it, shall we? And by the way, if you're new here, let's go with the AKA Laverne Penix, is known as Mr. Cool here in these parts. And I was distracted because he did ask this question about an update on the NFT. Unfortunately, there is no updates that I can tell you because there is no commissions been paid out yet. Now, there's a little, in fact, we can talk about this because this is something I was actually going to be making a video about. They have a 3-part update that I was going to load. And so tomorrow it's coming out and I'm going to be talking about it, just a preview because it's already an hour. But none of what they're talking about has anything to do with the cash flow NFT. It has to do with Miracle Cash and More and how that helps cash flow NFT. But they were saying they were going to give out commissions at the end of February or March. February 1st, then it was March. No commissions have been issued. And they issue commissions in batches, as it turns out. I've been going round and round with these guys. Let's just say when I go round and round, I just simply ask a question. So I didn't want to get into this tonight because this is an asset and we're talking about stock market and housing crash, but I'm just going to tell you like it is. You guys know that's how we have to do it here. So I was inquiring about, hey, when is commissions going to come out? Because you guys said February, then you said March. This is between the Telegram group and a WhatsApp group, and they don't even actually have a place you can go get people directly. That's one of my little bitches that it started off. I said, hey, how come you don't send out an email to everybody and let us all know how much or what's going on Because when you told us March 6th and 7th, those were the last days that the NFTs were 2,500 for the Benelux and 5,000 for the UK. Well, after that day came by, you still were saying 7, 8 days later, Benelux 2,500. We have a few left, and the prices were still 5,000 and 2,500. So that's how the conversation all started out, to 2 different platforms, ultimately 3 because I emailed them. And then I went into nobody knows anything because you don't even send out any information, and you expect everybody to go to Boogie Gopher Club when there's only 200 or 300 people on the Telegram group, 200 or 300 people in the noon and evening time live stream calls, but you only talk about Miracle Cash and more. You don't give us no updates about cash flow NFT. So then they sent everybody an email. Then they said, hey, send an email to like payments at commission at cash flow NFT and all this crazy nonsense. Again, I'm like, why don't you just have a live stream and leave it open where people can ask questions? What's the Zoom call where you can't ask questions? So this is my beef about what's going on. So there is no updates. Well, I know what I'm telling you is the updates. So no commissions have been sent out. On top of that, one other update that's disturbing is that just what I figured. You guys don't know banking. If you don't know banking very well, maybe we have some bankers here. Yes, in fact, I know we have a banker here that can tell you guys something. But first, before I can continue on, let me go. Maria Barnes is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And she brings her tagline this evening. Hello, Eric and SSN family. How is everyone doing? I got the notification and trailer. Thank you so much. That's 2 people. That's 3 people when you count me, because it popped up on my thing. I can't believe it still. And Maria Barnes is known as Mrs. Cool in this neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen. The SSN Nation neighborhood is here. Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, all. Let's do this. Let's do this. We shall. And since Victor Marrero's in the house, one of our banking members here. So when they started accepting payments, just like any individual, no matter what country you're in, if you are getting bank wires into your account and all of a sudden 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. Oh, here comes a $20,000 wire. Here comes a $10,000 wire. And you go from a bank account of only a few $1,000s to all of a sudden you have 120,000. You know what's going to happen, right? You're going to get locked. You're going to be like, hold on a second. We have a problem here. Are you sure there's not a problem? Because you have no banking activity like this. So we need to investigate. Because remember, it's the bank's money once you send it to a bank. So Cashflow NFT is saying funds have been held. So that's causing an issue with paying out commissions. It's also, there's several issues with paying out commissions. One of the other things that showed up in the back office, in fact, I should make a video about this and get them all pissed off. One of the other things about the back office is, so you have people that sign up because you can actually become a free affiliate with Miracle Cash and More, which takes you to the Cashflow NFT website. So there's still no boogiegopherclub.com website. Let's get that correct. And there's okay, let me go back. There's an account frozen, as I mentioned. All right. So just keep that in mind. So they've been saying they've been paying out in batches. So let's just, I want to keep things in a line, because I was asking them all kind of questions. So my head's bouncing off the walls when we start talking about this, because I get a little irritated. So anyhow, so now we find out the money's frozen. They pay out in batches. And then when you're a free affiliate and you sign up other people, such as I've done, some of you might have done the same thing. In the back office, it shows the people, but it doesn't show any commission. It doesn't even show that the person bought anything. And you want to know why that happens. I know exactly why it happened. Because if somebody pays with crypto or wires money. That is fiat, and crypto's no different. There is no mechanism, software that will link to another piece of software when you use fiat and crypto. So basically, you send it to a business or an individual, the wire. You sent crypto to another crypto wallet address. What software is going to be out there that's going to recognize that the wire was received? Because you don't have a mechanism for that. And same with the crypto. How do you know when the crypto was received by the other party? Because you're going through switches. So there's no way you can monitor that. So when they came back with Eric, I was like, how come I don't see anybody in the back office who bought an NFT? So then they sent me a message saying, well, who did you send over that bought an NFT? I'm like, don't you know? They're like, they didn't want to answer. I was like, what? How come you don't know? Because actually, when I sent you some information before, I actually put in the person's name that said they put in the NFT money. So that was a red flag. Again, I'm not saying anything's a red flag. All I'm saying is, to me, in my mind, they didn't know if the person that I was asking about sent in money. They asked me for their name. So I was like, okay, this is strange. Why are you asking me for the name? I asked you, do you see anybody that I should receive commissions from? I know who they are. I just wanted to see what their answer would be. And their answer was, as I suspected. They don't really have a tracking mechanism for when somebody pays through crypto or a wire. There's no way. You can only do it if you run it through like a PayPal system or Stripe or some other systems that you can connect. None of those two features can you connect to. So it was no surprise that. So I'm just saying. So anyhow, no commissions are coming, and they're coming now. There's one other thing that came out. First of all, another reason I got a little irritated. This is cash flow NFT was because they told me that they've been paying out commissions. I was like, whoa, wait, what? You said February, the end of February is going to be first commissions. And you also said the end of March was going to be commissions. What do you mean you've been paying out commissions? Who would know this? Furthermore, who would know they're even eligible for commissions? Because you never even sent out a notice telling people that you were paying out commissions, because on the live streams, you guys said that you were actually not paying out commissions till the end of March. So I'm like, I'm kind of confused here. I'm not feeling cozy. So needless to say, this is what's been going on. And needless to say, there's no commission. And to this day, I sent a message saying, okay, in the group chats, both, there's two. Telegram has two. You have WhatsApp group, all of them. I said, okay, so please explain to me who you've been sending commissions to then. I want to know who are these people that's been receiving commissions? I mean, as far as I know, you guys said everybody doesn't even start until March, end of March. What do you mean you've been giving commissions for the last couple of months? To who? So again, no real answer other than send an email to whatever. And I was like, you guys know, F that. So I sent emails to whoever. I don't even remember, because it was the payments, cash flow NFT, commissions. I don't even know. There's a list of email addresses. So that's when I just finally said, why don't you just have a live stream so people can ask questions? And I'm like, I'm noticing you're not having live streams where people can ask questions. You should, because now I'm getting a little nervous, because all this ecosystem is all locked. You don't want to talk to people. You want me to send emails so other people can't see the questions. You won't answer questions in the chat rooms either, other than send an email to so-and-so. I'm like, I'm not down with this. All right. I have a problem. So anyhow, Miracle Cash and More is moving along, but Miracle Cash and More is not Boogie Gopher Club. They're two separate entities. One is fiat turned crypto, and one is actually supposedly crypto that can't make commission payouts because fiat is frozen. All right, just keep all these things in mind. But anyhow, that's the latest update. Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool. I'm sorry I don't have any other news, but no commissions, no new information other than, well, again, they have literally 2 hours, 3 hours of chit chat about Miracle Cash and More. And also part of that chit chat that they're having is explaining how Miracle Cash and More is working and how Boogie Gopher Club fits into it. But there is no video specifically based on Boogie Gopher Club NFT, or otherwise known as the Cash Flow NFT, which I've been trying to push them to actually do. And the only thing that happened is some of you in Cash Flow NFT, you might have received an email like last week. The only reason that happened is because I've been pushing them on all three platforms that people are on. They just got tired of me being like, I'm surprised I didn't get banned. But they finally, that's the only reason it came out, because I was like, I disagree. And there was other people, just like everybody does, that irritates me more. If something's not happening to you, you sit there and go, oh, no big deal. Well, here's the problem with all of that. The thing is this. So there was somebody saying, well, since Miracle Cash and More is going so great and they have this deal with Vodafone and made these other deals, stores are opening, I'm not really worried about the commissions in Cash Flow NFT. I said, okay, so you should be, because I disagreed with like 4 or 5 people. I said, what kind of, I disagree with all of this simply because I was like, right now is the slowest time. If you guys are planning on opening up 4,000 stores of Vodafone, even if you're 4,000 stores with some company in Germany, UK, and Spain combined is 4,000, and you're opening up this month, they're going to have like 4 stores open. So now, instead of only having a few people active and interacting, you could have 100 or thousands. If you can't get the stuff done now when you only have a few thousand people or whatever the number is, what are you going to do when you actually start compounding and you add in 1,000 here, 1,000 there, and 500 there? Then what's going to happen? If you don't have it fixed now when it's slow, then how are you going to have it fixed once it starts picking up? You can't. So you guys, what are you doing with this situation? So anyhow, hopefully that helps. But yeah, and Debtbox Node, I might as well get into that too. There's no problem with it. It's just that they came out with BEV license, blocks, BLOX license, the coins for XPLR, and coins for a lot of them are going down, but XPLR hasn't actually launched its satellite yet. So that's the good news, but we're still earning. We're up to 80. Last I looked, I should have, on Friday or Thursday, I think it was 85,000. So we should be somewhere around 86,000 coins by now, or 87,000, something like that. 87,000 tokens, XPLR tokens for the group, for the 1,250. So that's still rolling along. But again, everything is as it is. So Boogie Miracle Cash and More. Watch for the video I drop tomorrow. They have Hakan, the owner of Miracle Cash and More. He's going over the whole process. Ladies and gentlemen, if he pulls this off, this is going to be one for the ages. He's tying in all kind of things. You can see the linear line, and it actually makes sense. They're tying in USDT, I believe, into the Miracle Coin stable coin also, but their stable coin is actually going to be backed by something, unlike USDT, which could, well, it's suspect on how much of it is really backed. But nonetheless, he's explaining where he had to make that deal where things are a little bit different. He goes over it like in Turkey, when you use your credit card, you have like 12 months to pay. And then he said those laws aren't in effect everywhere. So there's a bunch of different things. And he's like, we have to deal with each jurisdiction. So it's understandable. That's why you have to sign papers. Just like here in America, when you do something online, it says, if you're in the state of Washington, Texas, Florida, California, there's different rules. Same thing when you're outside the country of the United States, they have those same type of situations worldwide. Depending on what country, province, you could have different laws, and you need to specify what you need to do in that jurisdiction. But hopefully that helps everything out. But no commissions have been cut yet. But don't worry. Miracle Cash and More, well, I shouldn't say don't worry, but Miracle Cash and More, these guys are doing the damn thing. But the bad news is, like I said, the account that people were wiring money in March to get those last minute deals with the NFT apparently has been Well, I only use the word frozen because that's my terminology. But basically, you know what happens. Like I said, if you normally have $20,000 coming in, and the next thing you know, you have $200,000, they're gonna hold it. Same thing with your merchant account. Your merchant account's the same way. All of a sudden, you're saying, I got $10,000 per month coming in on average. Next thing you know, you got 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000. And they're like, oh, we're going to hold this for 6 months. You're like, what? What do you mean? We just want to make sure it's legitimate. So it's the same thing. It's banking, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That's how it works. Vanessa Gates in the house. The seamless genius is here with the icon next to her name. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And she brings her tagline. Hey, Boston SSN fam. Happy Monday. Got the notification. Oh, my. We're up to 6 people tonight. Can we break the record this evening? It would be very, very special if we could. Curtis Davis, a.k.a. Chili Davis, in the YouTube streets. Go check out his channel, ladies and gentlemen, with 2 L's, Chili Davis. Subscribe and go over, subscribe and click his bell because he's giving notifications all day, every day because the stock market is booming. Are we having a stock market or housing crash, or is this just a mirage? Can they really do this, ladies and gentlemen? Everything is failing. More layoffs, even from Mickey D's. McDonald's is laying people off. This is getting insanity now. Insane. And look at his tagline. Good evening, SSN family. ABMM with the bag, the duffel bags of cash on standby, and always be making money. That's what we're talking about here. Always be making money, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that helps you out. Okay, James Way. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he too has the icon next to his name. And he says the rent is too damn high. It won't pay itself. He's got that right. Hello, all, because we got to get assets to pay the rent. It's too damn high. James Way is exactly right. Thank you so much. Oh, my. He's got that 7. Can we get to double digits tonight? That would be awesome. Thanks for the information. You're welcome, Laverne Penix. No worries. There's nothing to report. You guys will know. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen. But I mean, you know, companies and businesses do have challenges because it's not just as simple as doing something, because there's always, you have to connect some things, and sometimes it doesn't work. Let's call it what it is. So I'm going to give them a little reprieve for a few more months. But again, if you have your money locked up, it's not generally 1 month. I'm just going to tell you like it is. If there's money locked up, you might have to wait like 6 months. Gets kind of crazy. Victor Marrero also got the YouTube notification, the trailer. That's 7, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for letting me know, Victor Marrero. And Brian P is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. He says, hello, Eric. Hello, SSN family. I got the notification and trailer. That's 8. Oh, my. We might be able to reach double digits today. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much for being in the house tonight, Brian P. Very nice to see you once again. All right. Now, let's get back to the business at hand. Stock market and housing crash coming. What do you guys think? What is going on? First of all, let's temper things a little bit. First of all, you remember what we were talking about when Tesla was down around 106, 107, 110? Remember when some people bought in at 300 and they lost damn near, what is that, 67% or 60%? That's over 60, but nonetheless. And remember, you might have heard a discussion on a live stream from me when I said, guess what? When you buy at these prices, remember when I said I'm in at 117? And all we have to do is, when it goes up $50 or $60, that's 50% return. We get to win. So Laverne Penix, you guys, I got to get this real quick. Laverne Penix, I lost my train of thought because I got to get something, because I have some issues going on with the high speed. Just a second. All right. But now I lost my train of thought. So I'm going to have to start over. I lost my train of thought here for a second because I have a Wi-Fi situation that they're blocking my data, and somehow it got turned to 1 gigabyte. I didn't do anything. So, just a second. I got to do this real quick because this is going to come into play over the next month, which is wild. So anyhow, I lost my train of thought. So you guys are going to have to refresh my memory on this. But nonetheless, because I was saying Laverne Penix because he reminded me of something. But nonetheless, I can't remember what I was talking about because I got sidetracked. Unfortunately, here in Florida, demand from Victor Marrero. Unfortunately, here in Florida, demand for homes is still too high, and that dictates the price. Therefore, I don't expect price to decrease anytime soon. Renting or buying doesn't matter. Exactly. Okay, I know where I was going with this. Kel Slater is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Very nice to see you once again. And he brings his tagline, E-Money, SSN family, buckle up. A couple more legs down to go this year. Thoughts on Fed Now? Fed Now. We've talked about this before. Hey, I'm just going to tell you like it is. I don't know where you guys think you live. We used to live in America. We used to live where, capitalism, where if something failed, it just went away. We used to live in somewhat of a full disclosure. Well, see, this is the Fed Now situation right now. It's not going to go any different. Do you really think they're going to have their ledger open to the public so we can actually track them? They want to track your ass and my ass, but we will never be able to track the United States government because you guys do realize, or maybe people don't, once somebody sends you money or you send them money crypto-wise, you have their account and you can put it in to any of the main nets. I don't care if you're on Polygon, Ether, it doesn't matter. Once I know your receive address, I can put it in. And because you have to send it from your receive address, that's going to show every address you send it to. You're trackable. So the federal government around the world will never do that. They're going to have hidden wallets so they can continue to print up money. So do you really think anything's going to be any different? No. The only thing that's going to be different is your money is going to be tracked. And that means any deals, anything you ever do, if you have to use that system, they're going to be looking for their money. And it's simple as this. When they came out with this Biden nonsense, this disgusting thing about $600, and we're going to track you, not even caring if it's a car that I bought, that I paid taxes for, and now I'm selling it, and I'm selling it for more than $600, and now me and the other person or one of us got to pay taxes on this again. I bought furniture. I'm going to sell my furniture for more than $600. Now I might pay taxes on that again. See, this is what I'm talking about. Instead of letting the big boys lose, they would rather tax us without representation. So anyhow, that's my thought on the Fed now. It's going down, yes. It's just they haven't been able to figure out how to hide their crap yet. That's the problem that they're having. Trust me, I know that's one of their reasons. They're sitting there like, man, you know what? If we send people money or we take their money, that means the transaction hits the blockchain. So they're going to be able to track. And since we're in the internet age, people can tell other people. So they're going to all know because they'll say, hey, they took my money from this account. They can go look and then they'll see where we sent the money. Then they'll be able to figure out who it is eventually. So all I'm saying is there won't be any hiding. So they're trying to figure out, okay, we got to do some dark web stuff. So yeah, it's going down, but it's still going to take them a few more years before they'll be able to figure it out. Pocahontas Will Height, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here in the house tonight. Greetings, SSN Nation. abundance to all. Got the notification. Is that 9? I think that's 9 tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get the double digits? Thank you so much, Pocahontas, Will Height. And I will say, abundance to all. Perfect with the name you have, and SSN Nation. Once again, thank you so much for being here in the house. Now, let's get back to this, ladies and gentlemen. What I was talking about earlier, it came back to me, is because when we went down when Tesla was down to 106, and remember when I said I got in at 117, a simple thing such as going up to 180, right? That's like 50% return at that point. Never mind if it goes up to 200, almost 100% return. So it does matter when you buy. If you're buying stocks, assets, stocks could be assets as long as they go up. But I prefer the dividend stocks because that way we have money coming in all the time, regardless if the stock goes up or down. We just want the stock to make profits, right? And then your profit, your dividend continues to come in. That's what we care about here whenever there's a stock market crash or a housing crash coming. Some people would say, oh, I'm going to put my money in bonds, but you guys know what's happening with bonds. They fluctuate. They're actually out here messing around, doing manipulation on bonds, gold, silver, all the metals. They're doing manipulation on the housing market. They're doing manipulation on the stock markets. And how do you do these manipulations? Somebody said it best, Victor Marrero and James Way. You do manipulations by making sure that you give money to the guys running the show. What do I mean by that? I'm going to give my money to the hedge funds, the corporations, give these guys some backdoor deals where I'm giving them billions of dollars so they can turn around and buy back their stock. So then therefore, what's going to happen? The general population, us, the OCs, ordinary citizens, you're going to see the stock market pump up and you'll be like, what the hell's going on? I better get back in. I better hurry up and get back in. Meanwhile, sooner or later, ordinary citizens won't have enough money to play with the big boys. So you guys can buy up all your stock, but you're the only ones that's going to be buying it, which means it's going to start coming down. So they're playing these games, and now they're trying to say, okay, we're just going to reduce interest rates. I know what their game plan is because that's the only game plan they actually have at this point. Print more money, save the big boys, and then reduce the interest rate so the big boys who got the free money can actually come back and buy. And that's the only way housing prices can stay up, except one little problem. You, ladies and gentlemen, don't be foolish out here. Don't try to go buy $1 million house. This is not the time. A $500,000 house. This is how they're getting you. People are out here going down and buying homes. Victor Marrero says it right here. This is exactly what's going on right now. Ordinary citizens are out here and have lost their freaking minds. Demand for homes is still too high. This is exactly, how is there a demand for homes? This is insane. This is really insane. Think about it. You have people all laid off. Millions of people have been laid off. Clearly, a lot of those people can't pay their mortgages. Where are those homes at? These banks, they're failing. They have mortgages, mortgage-backed securities. They're failed. Where's these homes at? Where are these shadow ghost homes at? Where are they at? Where are these foreclosures at? 3 million, 4 million foreclosed homes. Where are they at? How come they're not on the market? Where's all these new build homes that they're making? What's happening here? They're all over the planet. Well, I'll stay in the United States. Every state in the United States has new construction going on. How is this possible? But yet somehow we still have a demand for homes. You guys heard of the Beers Group. You guys know what we're talking about. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, De Beers Group. You want to know why you pay for diamonds and a little diamond that's actually in the streets in Africa? You're spending $20,000, $30,000 for a couple of carats, as long as it's a clear carat with a little bit of carbon inside. very minute carbon amount inside to get it almost damn near clear. But you're sitting there saying, I'm going to pay 25,000 for this carat. I'm going to pay 30,000 for this carat. Oh, it has a cute color in it. It costs more. The Beers Group, they restricted it. They're a European company. In case you don't know, they restricted. They went down, got a restriction. They store all the diamonds, so there aren't that much available. Then they put ratings on it. So they go, oh, we already know a little bit of carbon in there. We're going to call that like a VVS2, 1. So then you have different grades, because then I can start charging you, because we're going to rate it and I'll charge you more. The better the rating, the more I charge you. Although to the naked eye, you can't really tell. But we're going to charge you more, and we're going to make you think it's worth more. And how do we do that, ladies and gentlemen? We use the old propaganda machine, the television, movies. So get your history right, ladies and gentlemen. 1920s, the Beers Group says, man, I don't know why we didn't think of this before. How do you know what? Somebody's giving goats, cows, homes, money to get married, flowers, nothing extravagant, but we're going to make it a mindset. So they started putting in movies that a man gets on his knees and proposes to a woman with, guess what? An engagement ring. That's a diamond engagement ring. And then you have to have the girls in the movies go, oh my, it's so big. And then if it's not so big, man, you shouldn't marry this guy. He's broke. Then it's been that way for the last 100 years. And you guys think that's normal. So now, not only do you have to go get the engagement ring, and it's got to mean a diamond, and now all of a sudden you got to get married, and now the wedding ring has to be a diamond. And it just can't be any old little diamond. It could be embarrassing to the woman or for the guy. So they have your mindset going, oh yeah, just spend 30, 40 grand or more on a diamond ring, because that shows all the love in the world. Movies for 100 years set you up. But in 1890, they didn't do that. In 1900, they didn't do that. Very, very interesting, right? So don't fall for the okie doke out here, and they're doing it again, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep all that in mind. You're being played right now as we speak. That's why here in the SSN Nation, we have to get assets, whether it's good or bad stock market and housing crash coming. Now, let's see what else we got going on, because look here. XOM, Conoco, Phillips up 99%, 100% flips. Exactly. Remember when Mr. Financial was here talking about COP? Remember we were talking about XOM? Remember when we were talking about all these 6 months ago? And look at here. Everybody 100% on your money, and the stock market is nowhere near its all-time highs. 20, 30% below. Well, we'll settle for 20%. 20% below their all-time high. But yet, those who could buy stocks up 100%. With room to go even further. Let's talk about NVIDIA, for instance. Look at what happened when ChatGPT comes out. Now, all of a sudden, NVIDIA is crazy. It's out of control. Victor Morero says there are too many people moving to Florida on a daily basis, especially from high tax locations, New York, California, Chicago. That's why we can't catch a break with prices here in the Florida. I agree with you 110%, but Florida home prices have increased. I agree with you, but it's not like they don't have enough homes. The point of the matter is supply and demand is caught up, and actually he's right, because there's certain areas people want to live in. So let's get it straight. Most people, they're going to Orlando, right? They're going to Miami or Southwest Florida, Southeast Florida, Tampa Bay area, which now leads to that corridor to Orlando area. And now they're exploring the other coast. So now they're saying, hey, wait a minute, what's over here on the other side of the turnpike when you're leaving out of Orlando? What's over there? What's south of there? Vero Beach, Fort Pierce, those guys are still undeveloped. Melbourne, still undeveloped, but still like an hour away from Orlando. So that means that's where we need to start building something. It's common sense for the builders. But right now, Victor Marrero does have a point. There are a lot of people coming to the no tax state because that's literally what it is. No state taxes, no tax for your LLC. It's crazy. That's huge. And most people are their own business, LLCs, S Corps. So you get away with, you should save yourself tens of thousands of dollars by having your business in the state of Florida. And if you live there, now your personal tax liability is zero for the state. Federally, you still have to pay. But that's significant. If you live in the state of California, you make $100,000, about $9,000 has got to go to the state franchise tax board. Might be a little less than that, but nonetheless, it's in that ballpark. And you still have to pay federal on that. So all these people are like, let me get the hell out of here. $1,000 per month staying in your pocket, plus your LLC, you bring it over there. Now all of a sudden, you don't even have to pay that. It starts adding up to more than 10 grand. All right. You're saving probably $20,000 to $30,000. And then if you do an S Corp scenario, now all of a sudden you're going to be saving yourself damn near $50,000. It starts getting out of control. So this is why people are moving there. Notice a lot of wealthy people reside in Florida. Some took up that Puerto Rico situation where you can actually stay there for X amount of years and then no taxation, which once again, who can just move to Puerto Rico and buy a nice place is going to be a wealthy person. So they get to take advantage of that situation. But Victor Marrero is right on this on a daily basis. People are still coming, just like to Texas, just like Florida, Nevada, even though there's hardly any water out there. You never know what's going to happen in Nevada. It looks like for right now, the droughts could be over, but they keep building. Millions of people are in that basin between Colorado, Nevada, and Arizona. They're still building. More people are still going and coming. Vegas, I swear, if they had enough water, which, okay, maybe they will get out of this thing, but if they had enough water, Vegas would be one of the best places to live. Who cares about the 110 degrees at night or 115 at night? So what? How many of you outside all day anyhow? We're in reality. Come on now. But I do know this. I love Vegas in the summertime. Not because it's 112 at night or 100 at night, but it is because it's 100 at night. It's perfect weather to walk around and hang out. I mean, it's perfect. And if you ride motorcycles and things like that, or have a convertible and all that, driving out at night, I mean, it's perfect weather. So anyhow, just had to say, I got to give a little love for Vegas. All right, Brian P. Hi, Eric. Can you go over high dividend stocks? Brian P. wants some info tonight. Well, let's get into some high dividend stocks. Let's go with Victor Marrero since he has the icon. We'll go with his MVO, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. And by the way, let me go to the screen before we get into that because I did have something on tap, Brian P. Here we go. Because Google makes it very simple. It's not anything that you guys don't know. 4 investments to consider for recession happens. Notice stock funds. Notice ETF mutual funds. We talk ETFs here, right? We talk stock funds. Yes, that's what we talk about. REITs. But MVO, go check MVO out. We'll get to that. Dividend stocks. Look at Google. Google. Look at Google. See, ladies and gentlemen, you guys didn't know. We didn't need Google. You guys have already known this for 4 years. Real estate. And then, of course, the high yield savings account. Now, what high yield savings account, right? But thanks to people like Victor Morel mentioning 4% for Wealthfront. Oh, and if you want to get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull and you never have gotten free stocks, use the link down below in the description, please. All right. But high yield savings like 4.3%, it's at Wealthfront. Wealthfront's down below, but Wealthfront's even better than the savings account because they'll manage your money for the ETF for free. That's right. No fees from $500. You got to put 500 in up to 5,000. Well, really up to 4,999. No fees for them to manage your money. And your savings account there is 4.3. And yes, there's a link down below for Wealthfront. You'll see it right below Webull and Robinhood links to get free stocks. Bonds, which is what I mentioned earlier. This used to be a safe haven. They fluctuate because, let's call it what it is, because there's manipulation in the banking system and the money, it's fluctuating. I figured we'd be at 4.55% with bonds by now. But now, how are you going to pay that back when your government is broke? Come on. This is crazy. Highly indebted companies. Oh, my. Shark Tank. Seamless Genius is in the house. She knows what time it is with this. High indebted companies. Shark Tank. You guys, I take this a different way. Remember what I was saying? Sometimes during a recessionary situation, we talked about not starting, but buying another business where you can go in. It's almost like when you go in to look at a real estate deal and you're looking at the place and they say, well, we only have 60% occupancy. And you're looking like, man, the average occupancy for rentals around here is 85%. Why are they 60%? Then you go in and you find out management isn't proper. You find out that they have washers and dryers, coin operated, except they're like 30 years old. And now you're thinking, oh man, we could upgrade that and make a little bit more money there. Now, then you find out that half of the units haven't been rehabbed. So now you're sitting there going, okay, this is why people don't want to move here. And you figure out all these things. Same thing happens with companies. You go in, you check out what's going on. You try to decipher, is this a good deal for you or not? But you buy these companies. So that's one of the asset classes that you guys already knew about. We talked about this before. That's why you have to be a shark. High risk assets such as options. Okay, take this off the list. We're not playing. All right, we're not playing with options. You have to have a special skill set to mess with options. That's high risk. So I don't know why this is on the list, because if this is a recession happening, we do not want high risk. We want that eliminated. So I don't know where they're getting this information, but options, they could be an asset if you know what you're doing, but you could also lose your ass off. And by the way, let's just call it what it is. Come on. These day traders, 95% of day traders are taking L's. The ones who are taking L's, they're also taking L's and selling courses right here on YouTube. They're taking your money saying, hey, you can do this, you can do that. I'll show you this, I'll show you that, whatever. But they're still taking L's because it's high risk. So we wanted to settle with Debtbox Node, which is a license, which is backed by real commodities. Then we said, okay, let's go with cash flow NFT because real stores are being handled out, Miracle Cash and more, stores, ATMs, point of sale systems, a lending program, insurance for real estate, landlords, all kind of good as an exchange. My goodness, looking very, very powerful. So we'll see how this all shakes out, but we want assets. We don't want to take high risk right now. All right, no high risk. Now, since I'm on the screen, let me make sure I'm on the screen still. Let's go with this. Thanks to Victor Morel, always mentioning MVO for the last year. It's an oil trust. Here we go, 17% to start the bidding out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Now remember, this is 17% at 12.98. What happens when it was $8.95? It was 25%, ladies and gentlemen. Did you get in months ago when we mentioned it? It was only last month, actually, but we were talking about this last month, March 15th, 3 weeks ago. you would have been at 24 point, almost 25%. I think it was 24.9 or something like that. Now it's down to 17 because, well, look at this. 45% increase. But 17% is still hell of good. So there goes one for you. All right. Now, let's go to okay, let's go see what's been happening with my Jeppy. Oh, Jeppy's even went up. It's increased. It's not 53, so that means we're back down to about 11.75%, somewhere in there. All right, it just won't go down under 52, I see. But 11.7%, 11.8% at this point. $6.25 divided by 54.26 should be somewhere around 11.7, 11.8% return annually. And I like this one because it's JP Morgan. They're a Fed bank. Let's just call it what it is. Too big to fail. All right. Now, IEP is the Icon Group. And I like what he does because he has a basket of goods, so to speak. That's what I like about it. Icon Group, 15.2%. 17, let's call it 17.4, 15.2 leaves us at 16 point something if we had these two. Automotive, food packaging, metals, real estate, home fashion, energy. Right on the money. 15.2% is sweet. And just think, you could have gotten it more if you would have been around March 14th, March 15th, March 13th. Look at that. Okay, we don't care about the stock price, but you would have been around 18% or 17% back then. See, 4.4% change, but nonetheless, 15.5 is still high, in my opinion. All right, so again, you're at 16%, even if you've diversified, so to speak. Let's go down. Let's take it down a notch, shall we? 14.43% with AGNC. A as in Apple, N as in Nancy. I mean, A as in Apple, G as in George, N as in Nancy, C as in Charles. This is a REIT. All right, just keep that in mind. And here's the other REIT, NLY. They're all going to be on these because they're paying out like 90, 95% of the profits are paid out. So let's go look at this other REIT, NLY, see what we're doing here. 13.79% NLY. Want to go another REIT, ABR, right? See, guys, Arbor Realty Trust, 13.96. So they're hovering around 14%. So this is also a good thing. Hopefully that helps you out, Brian P. I've mentioned these before. So once again, everybody can see them. Look at this. We forgot ORC, Orchard Capital, still hanging tough. 18% for the winner for the day. They're hanging tough. 18%. I can't believe this. These guys been giving out 20%. Well, about a year back, it was around 20%, 21, 22%, but 18% is still pretty sweet. All right. So hopefully that helps you out. And I'm not familiar with these other ones over here. I have never checked them out, but these are REITs. These are high risk. So keep that in mind. So somebody, George's Charles, I see, is in the house. So we'll get to that in a second. Okay, let's go. They are building home like crazy. Everywhere I go, there's new subdivision popping up. Yes, Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool, is in Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God. It's out of freaking control. So you guys have to understand, I'm like the Vegas kid. I've been going to Vegas for like 30, 40 years, 30 years at least, 35 years. Damn, longer than that. Even when I played sports, I was in Vegas too. But the point is, Long time. The growth of Vegas is astonishing. In 1995, I almost moved to Vegas. Why? Because homes were like $150,000, $200,000. And I'm talking about 3,000 square foot homes, 3,500 square foot homes. They were nice. Then all of a sudden, people started wanting to move to Vegas. So home prices started going up at the end of the 90s. But then they went up from the end of the 90s to 2005 and 6 off the charts, $400,000 or $500,000 even then. The crash comes, and then you could have bought condos for 20 grand, 15 grand, 30 grand. I should have, but I didn't. Because at that point, I was like, even though I was playing poker and all that, I was like, I ain't going to live in Vegas. I just got used to Cali. So then prices dropped like a hard rock. Layoffs by hundreds of thousands. Vegas was on the brink of basically not being around. They had to get Chinese money, all kind of havoc created. Then the prices have went back up, almost Cali prices, because people from California were moving to Vegas. So now, just like we were talking about Florida and Texas, Nevada also has less taxes. So people from Cali, Arizona, Phoenix area, they move to Nevada. And then, not to mention the sports franchises moving into the Nevada area, like the Raiders, that brings in, I don't know how many people they have employed, but it could be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 all employed. So they have to find a place. Henderson used to be the desert on the way out to the Hoover Dam. And I'm referring to the desert like in 2008, 2009. Used to be out in the desert. Sure, it started Henderson a little bit, but now we go all the way up to the casinos. It was literally desert. And now look, city within a city, it's crazy. Summerlin used to be nothing but a foothill mountain. Now they're building $2, $3, $4, $5 million homes out there, where you could used to be able to buy a home for 200,000, 250,000. Around the golf course, when I had my other fetish of thinking about buying it in Nevada, there's a golf course off of 215, and it's gated and everything. Those homes used to only be like 500, 600,000, 550. Huge. Now they're like 1.5, $2.5 million. It's out of control. So now they're over there building North Las Vegas, Foothills Las Vegas on both sides. The one by the Air Force Base, which I also almost got a house because it sat over there and it had a strip view. And even then, it was like $500,000, $600,000. I should have done it, but I didn't. But again, it was Vegas. I have this love fetish for Vegas, but I don't want to live there. It always like, man, I should live here, but I never did. I had all the reasons to live there. In fact, you know what? It just dawned on me. Maybe I should have a friend of mine come on. I keep saying I should have my friends come on. I should. Yeah, so this building like crazy is out of control. Let's see. Victor Morel, Jeppy, MVO, DIVO, SCHD, JEPQ. All right. All right. Victor Marrero, he's mentioned something twice now, so I guess I better show this. He's mentioned JEPQ, which I'm curious about. It's 11.66, and it paid $5.18 per share in the past year. The dividend is paid every month, and the last ex-dividend date was April 3rd, which is today. And you're too late to get in for the next dividend payout because today was the last day you have to own the stock of record. But who cares? Next month you're going to get paid out if you buy it next month. But you know, $5.18 per share annually is pretty good. What is that? 49 cents, 45 cents, something like that per month. Not bad. All right, so that's not bad, right? Jeppy is along those same lines. It's at like 11 point 6, 7, 8, depending on what the price is today. So there goes another good one, ladies and gentlemen. If you want around 12%, because you're going to reinvest it, so you will be at 12%. Now, let's see. He talked about DIVO. Vivo. I'm not familiar with this. Enhanced Dividend Income ETF. They're not, well, there is dividends, similar strategy, dividend paying stocks with tactical covered calls. Okay. Devo does pay a dividend, but we don't know what, oh, there it is. $1.69 per share in the past year. Dividends paid every month. Last ex-dividend date was March 29th. So apparently the 28th or 29th of the month are their dividend. Ex-dividends mean that's the day you have to own the stock in order to get paid dividends. And since this is monthly, that's fine, but some stocks are every 3 months. So if you miss the ex-dividend, if this was every 3 months, what would happen is their ex-dividends on March 29th, then their next one wouldn't be until you would have to, anytime after March 29th, March 30th and on, that means you'll be in the next ex-dividend date, which would have been the next 3 months. And then your payout would be whenever their payout is. So that's the ex-dividend in case people don't understand what that means. So hopefully that helps you out. And SCHD, you guys writing these down? This is why we say keep those pen pads and papers ready. You want to write it down. George's Charles is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name, the emerging millionaires in the house. And he says, so this is where millionaires hang out. This is it, George's Charles. We're trying to get everybody there. We want people to join the revolution. Stop giving your hard-earned money away to liabilities and start doing it the opposite way. Put in all your money into assets for a limited time only. That's right. You don't have to keep doing it for your whole lifetime. All you got to do is start thinking in your head. You go, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I just bought $100,000 car. Some people may go, Eric, you lost your mind. Okay, have I really lost my mind when you bought a $70,000 car and you have a 12% note and you have an 8-year loan? Seriously? You know how much you're paying for that car ultimately? And you could have used that same money and put it into 17%, 15%. Every month you could be paying that $70,000, 15% return because you have a dividends, ladies and gentlemen. But we start small. So, the first year you have 6,000, the second year you have 12,000, the third year you have 20 because you're reinvesting. So now you start saying, well, wait a minute, that's $3,000 a year coming in. And then you do 40 and now you're like, that's 6,000. Then you do 80 and you're like, wait, that's $12,000 a year coming in. A car or $12,000 a year coming in. Take your pick. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen, get smart out here. This is what the big boys do. All right. George's Charles says it. This is where the millionaires hang out. You got to make moves, ladies and gentlemen. And just because everything is nice and calm and we can earn it right now doesn't mean 3 years from now there's not some other catastrophe. So there's always going to be a catastrophe. So you always have to alter your positions. You just can't let it sit, even though that's what we try to do. But that's what we have to do, right? We're going to have to figure out. Eric, every time I talk to people, they're shocked. The tourism numbers of the DR. Exactly, George's Charles. You know why? Because nobody knows. That's the beauty of it. Can you believe I dropped a video today? Oh my God. Arena, downtown. And congratulations for everybody that purchased their units in the last 3 to 5 years. Arena, $119,000, downtown Punta Cana pre-construction, is their 1-bedroom condos. Remember, I think we have a few people in the house here that bought 1-bedroom units inside Vista Cana for less than 80 grand. So I think if we have beaches, golf courses, horses, I'm thinking. Restaurant bars. I'm thinking. 2 man-made beaches. I'm thinking. It might be more than 119,000. It might be worth more than 119,000 if you're inside Vista Cana. It's not too hard to figure out, ladies and gentlemen. And Georges Charleston said the same thing. He just said it. He says, nobody knows the DR numbers. Nobody knows there's 1.8 million tourists over the last 2 months. We haven't gotten the numbers. It might be on Dominican today. We don't know the numbers for March yet. It might be out. It's either coming out today or tomorrow. More than likely, the tourist numbers. But people don't realize that this year, when they include the cruise lines, you guys have to start understanding this could be at 10 million, 11 million. It could be at some number like 10 million. In fact, it's going to be at some number, I believe, around 10 million, because what I think is going to happen is the cruise lines is going to be 2 million to 3 million. And you guys already know I've put in the 8 to 8.5 million anyhow. So for tourists coming in on planes. So it's going to be that number. So let's just call it what it is. Everybody who's getting in. But Cana Reina, look at, everybody has to upgrade. So what does Cana Reina do? Even though they're just a small little complex, what do? They have a nice little check-in place. Their lobby. They call it the luxury lobby. I like it. Over their lobby, though, is where they have their fitness or their gym. They have their gym there, fitness room, like the design, compact, right? Then where they have parking, but they said, no, we're not going to go parking all the way to the end. We're going to make tennis courts with stands there to give it a little luxury feel. Then they said, we're going to make 2 separate pools, and we're going to have a kids pool, and we're going to have a kids playground area. All right. Okay. That's a start, but it's a small complex. So then they said, we're going to have $119,000 for a 1-bedroom. It's reasonable. May 2025, 24 monthly payments. Then they said, we're going to make 2 bedrooms for $177,000. But here's the kicker. They said we're going to make a 2-bedroom penthouse for $235,000, $37,000 actually. And then my eyebrows raised. And I was like, wait a minute. Did they just say 2-bedroom penthouse for $237,000? Can anybody say Sabana, equestrian residences, and condos? Oh, and by the way, Cana Reina does have a restaurant, bar, lounge. Notice they're upgrading. I told you. They have no choice. All right. So they said, hold on, we just can't have our pool and tennis courts and gym. We better have a restaurant, bar, and lounge area on our property. Very smart. So I told you guys this was going to happen. Why? Because the top 3 projects, almost untouchable. And I'll get back to what I'm saying. $237,000 for a penthouse unit at Cana Reina. For $227,000, you can have a 2-bedroom penthouse unit inside Vista Cana at Sabana. I'm saying it almost is not really a choice, is there? If there's the same price, you have to go with luxury, and you have to go with another place that also has a restaurant, bar, lounge area, 2 pools also, but it has an equestrian center. You're inside where the owners live. I would hang where the owners live for the same price, quite frankly. And all the rest of the amenities inside Vista Cana instead of staying downtown, because we can be downtown and we can walk to downtown from Vista Cana if you want to go for an adventure. Might take 20 minutes, but so what? All I'm saying is we don't have to leave Vista Cana at all. So that is what's happening. So everybody who got in early, prices are escalating slowly but surely. Everybody at Larimar and Cruise on Land, they're going to start raising their prices. Why? because their 2 bedrooms, well, they only cost like 120,000, 130,000, and you have all kind of amenities. So now these guys can start charging $177,000 for 2 bedrooms, I guess. But they're not. I'll make a video about it. 2.5% increase every 3 months for Larimar. Cruise on land, their prices are supposed to increase, I would predict, tomorrow. But it looks like it's going to be small. I've had a little preview. It doesn't appear that they increased it like 10, 15,000. It only seems like a few $1,000s. I'm hoping it's the 2.5% because that would still be sweet because they have thousands of units to sell. Remember that. That's what makes it great. Okay, here we go. So he was talking about this, the tourism numbers. I know nobody believes it, but here, you guys in the SSN Nation, you guys are way ahead of the curve. So when these things land, everybody's a winner. With the asset price has increased. Beautiful. Wealthfront. Victor Morrell says interest rate is 4.3%. And if you invite another person to open a savings account, you'll get 4.8% interest rate. Hard to find banks that can beat that. There's hardly any. There's only one other place, and I can't remember which bank it was, that was at 4.9 or 4.8. I don't know who it is. But it doesn't matter because Wealthfront is helping people. All right, that's all I can say. You can give them your money and let them manage it. From $500 to $4,999 is no management fees. The link is down below. So get that savings account at 4.3. But again, you guys know how I feel about banks. I wouldn't try to leave that much money in there, quite frankly. But until this stuff stop happening with bank failures. So again, what are we talking about here? 2023 stock market crash really going to happen? Or is the crash already happened when it dropped 20, 25, 30%? How about the housing crash, which seems to not, I don't know what's going on. Millions of people have lost their jobs. There's foreclosures everywhere. And somehow prices are not going down. Sheesh. Victor Morrell, bro. Here we go. George Charles, what's going on, buddy? SSDD. Okay, I'm not familiar with this SSDD. Is that even a stock? SIM company. No, that's not a dividend stock. That's 0.95% for dividends. But what does Simpson Manufacturing, engineering firm and building materials producer in the United States, structural connectors, anchors, and products for new construction and retrofitting. Okay, that makes sense. Their all-time 52-week high is $115, but I don't know about any housing items when we don't know. The housing crash should have happened. Not. Only in certain parts of the country. They're building everywhere, including SoCal, from San Diego up to LA and beyond, over in Riverside. This is getting out of hand. They're building these crackerjack places. And what I mean by that is they're 1,800, 2,500 square feet homes. They're trying to sell for 800,000, 700,000, $1 million. This is crazy. Yes, Curtis Davis, we went over him. MVO, Mr. Financial. M as in Mary, V as in Victor, O for everybody on podcast. IEP, I as in India, E as in Eric, P as in Paul. And then Jeppy, J as in Jack, E as in Eric, P as in Paul, I as in India. All right. Brian P says, thank you, Eric. Thank you so much for asking, because that helps other people. Because there's some people right now that may have just found the channel and they're sitting there going, wait a minute. I didn't know that I could earn like damn near 17% annually by just parking my money with these REITs or parking my money with this capital. This is insane. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is what the big boys do. They take your money, they put them into this. They send you a statement saying, congratulations, you got 6% return on your money this year. And you're like, woohoo. Or they might be kind enough to say, you got 10% return on your money this year. Meanwhile, they didn't tell you that they actually earned 18 or 17% on your money. And they take not only the 6 or 7% difference, but then they say, we have a management fee for you. Thank you for playing. All right. Eliminate the middleman, ladies and gentlemen. Be your own boss, the CEO of your life. Victor Morrell, Jeppy is now 11.67. JEPQ is 12.2, Devo is 4.7, SCHD 3.6. Thank you for those updates. The beauty about these four is that their performance have been over 11% over the last 3 years. You can build passive income for life. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. See, you never know what information you're going to find here in the No Guru Zone. Thank you, Victor Morrell, for spelling it all out for everybody. I'm going to leave it on the screen there for a second, and we'll let you know if anybody else wants to chime in and give us drop some nuggets of information. But there you go. 11%. You can live with that, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, during the recession and everything, what we're talking about now, you would still be getting 11% on your money that you put in. It could have been years ago, but the return is still 11%. In fact, it's actually a little better because I got to tell a little secret, because actually JEPI, they didn't give $6.25 dividends annually. It was like $6.05. So that extra 20 cents per share, that actually meant you got an increase. Everybody. So you could have been holding, you could be holding 100 shares. So you get a little 10, 15, 20, 30% increase. That means your portfolio increased that amount as well if the stock price goes up. But all I'm saying, though, is you have been earning shares based on that, and you reinvested it. So now you have more shares. So now you're getting more dividends by the extra 20%, 25%. It's not 25%, though. But, 5%, extra 5%. So that's pretty good, right? And it could go up in the future because remember, money is less in the future. Just remember that the prices have to go up because money is worthless. Inflation happens, so it goes up, which appears that you make more money. This is why if you start thinking about some things, when there's a hit movie that comes out and they start going, oh, all-time record highs. Well, there's a reason. Back in the day, it was $5 to get in movies. Then it was $7 to get in movies. Then it's $10 to get in movies. Then it's $15 to get in movies. The price, you need less people to beat the record because the price went up. It's like common sense, but people don't think nothing about it. They go, oh, they broke the all-time record. I'm like, okay, just stop. Give me the actual ticket sales. That'll tell me if it's the record. Then I'll convert it into, oh, yeah, they used to pay $7. Now it's $15 to get in a movie. So now you just need half the people to go and break the record. So all this hype for no reason. All right, so let's get real. It's real out here in the field. Maria Barnes says, the first home I bought in 1995 was 2,100 square feet with a big backyard, and it cost us 120. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This same house today is probably, who knows, depends on where it is. If it's in Vegas, then that's easily probably 450 to 650, depending on what side of town it's on. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Crystal Urena, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. How long has JEPQ been around? That's a JP Morgan stock, just so you keep that in mind. JP Morgan, I don't even know how long they've been in. Maybe Victor Morero might know, but I would assume it's been a while. All right, May 2022, inception date for JEPI a year ago. I don't know about JPQ. Was May 3rd, 2022, $1.6 billion in assets, also from JP Morgan Investment Management. I like JP Morgan. He's already answered it. I somehow clicked on that again. I thought she was telling me it was. All right, well, we got it. Victor Morel says it was okay. So they created another. I like it, but see, they got $1.6 billion in assets. These guys are smart. When you're successful, it's easy to get money. Let's call it what it is. They have their JEPI fund. Then they said JEPQ. I wouldn't be surprised if they start another fund this year on some other side of the fence. It wouldn't be shocking. Vanessa Comagate, you guys are winning in the DR, no question. Yes, seamless genius. Oh, and it's March. So we get to find out about the 6-month experiment. Let us know, are you expanding or are you going back to the Airbnb of business? What's happening for the next 3 months, which is now it's on. It's tax season, which could actually be a little slow. I don't know for the month of April, but it's beauty industry. Is the beauty industry really ever slow? Generally not. So the $1 million question, do we expand to another mall or do we buy more places at this mall? That's the $1 million question. How do we expand? Victor Morera, on Saturday, I spoke to a person I met when I went to Punta in October. He works for the Hard Rock, has a mini bus offering transportation and tour services on the east side of the island. Victor Marrero. See, ladies and gentlemen, proof in the pudding. When you travel around and hobnob and be in the right places, sometimes you stumble upon the best thing ever when you know 30, 40 people are going to own in a certain territory and somebody might need a bus. So the only magic question is, how much does he charge? That's the $1 million question, right? Okay, we're going to take time out here. We've been running for a little while, but you guys know we have commercials here. This is the only commercial you're going to have, ladies and gentlemen. So get yourself some water. It's only about a 45-minute commercial. Go get yourself some water. Sit back. Oh, well, you know what? I'll make this a little longer. This will be a 3-minute commercial. All right. I'm going to call it commercial because that's what this is when it's 3 minutes, right? So you can go get some water, get yourself microwave something up, but bring back that pen, pad, and paper because you never know what's going to pop up here in the next hour. So check this out.
Come on, come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back and thank you so much for being here. Make sure you please smash those like buttons. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel because we want to know, is it a 2023 stock market and housing crash? Is it coming or what? But either way, we buy assets, ladies and gentlemen, because assets pay us. All right, so let's see what else is in the house tonight. Let's see. Seamless Genius. The ladies are continuing their contract. No expansion, boss. Been preoccupied. Okay. I was just asking because I wanted to know about the scaling aspects of this because it's going to be different depending on the spot, the location. So it's variables. So I was wondering how you were going to scale it up. But this is great news. This is awesome news. And in case you don't know what we're referring to, ladies and gentlemen, she has a for lack of a better term, I call them carts in the mall. And she has two ladies that actually pay her more than what the monthly is because they get to share in the price. They don't have to pay for the full cart price. So therefore, she makes passive income, roughly about $1,000 per month. And they actually run their businesses. She has nothing to do with it, just like a landlord would. You pay your rent. They have nothing to do with you running your business, whether you're successful or not. So that's the beautiful part. She set this up inside of a mall, and you can actually scale up if you can find other people to do the same thing. And for each cart in each location, if you can start thinking of 1,000, 1,500 or more per location, now you start thinking 10 of these is 10K a month, and you're sitting at home with your feet up or out doing whatever you want to do. And they're actually having to run the business, which is their businesses. It's beautiful. I'm really surprised. The ladies are doing really well. It's magic. Hard to strike twice. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. This one was a strike, but again, it's a variable because at another location, we don't know what would happen. And even another cart in that location, we don't know what's going to happen because it might have something to do with the actual people running it. So you guys know this is like a Shark Tank situation. You want to, is a 2023 stock market crash or housing crash coming? Buy assets. Buying assets means your own business could be an asset. You are an asset. So oftentimes people don't think of themselves as an asset, but you are. You have knowledge that you can share with other people. Here, we're lucky enough to have a few people here that come in and share knowledge with us here that ordinarily you wouldn't find. So this is a beautiful thing, right? Just like what we talked about a few minutes ago when Victor Morrell started listing those stocks. And then Brian P. asked about some. So I list the ones that most people have heard about before because they're high. They're 17%, 14%, 13%, 18%. People don't even know these exist, even though I keep saying it all the time. But everybody that comes here regularly knows. But there's still people who watch this after the fact, after the live stream. They don't know anything about it. They're like, wait a minute, there's stocks I can get 15, 17, 18% return. And that's relatively safe. Not saying all stocks are safe. You have to take a risk. But yeah, magic twice. It is hard. Exactly, boss. That's one of the reasons, if you watch Shark Tank very carefully, oftentimes they have these superstar business people who's running the company. They're making money, but for whatever reason, the people aren't confident enough or they can't figure out why they can't go to the next level. But it's because it's them. And the Shark Tank guys occasionally will be like, hold on, whatever deal we make, I need you to stay on for 2 or 3 years. Notice they do that occasionally because it's hard to duplicate somebody's efforts. Somebody can tell you how they did it, but there's nuances. You're at the right convention, the right place, speaking to the right people, or a contact of yours you previously had comes and talks to you that the other person would not have. So the nuances change. And so that's why sometimes the Shark Tank fellas say, you know what, and women, they say, hey, I need you to stay here with us, or I'll give you money. You run it. Just give me my 20% or 25%. Or I'll do Mr. Wonderful's deal. I'll give you 10%. I'll give you your 100,000, but I want royalties in perpetuity for life. I mean, okay, if you can get that deal, okay, but most people say hell no. Have you lost your mind? So then he modifies it and say, okay, I get you. I'll take that royalty deal until you pay me back. But in the meantime, I want equity. So give me 10% equity. Pretty smart. But the other people who got you to the party are still running it. And then because of your connections, you get to expand, and everybody, they get to make more money, which means, guess what? You own part of the company, so you make more money. You're selling more items, so my royalty is intact. So now I get more money from the royalty. It's a beautiful thing. But that's exactly what we're trying to do. All right. I'm looking into consignment deal near Disney with my GPS tees. Oh, yeah, the GPS tees. That's going to be very special. That's pretty cool. In case you don't know what she's referring to, ladies and gentlemen, tracking your children at an amusement park or anywhere for that matter, at a mall that we're talking about, malls. Doesn't matter, at an airport. Doesn't matter, at a park where it's a summer afternoon. Tracking your children, period. It's pretty damn sweet. Pretty damn sweet. My idea is saving the merchant money by paying some rent for the GPS deal. I hear you. I like it. Seamless Genius is in the house, ladies and gentlemen, otherwise known here as Vanessa Comagate. So just let you know, sometimes she has some awesome ideas out of the box that most people wouldn't even be thinking about. She comes up with awesome business ideas. So you guys got to hang around just for this woman who's awesome. The way she thinks, her mind does a little twist on things. Yes, I love it. I love it. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, we pretty much went over a lot of stuff. Now, is a 2023 stock market and housing crash coming? In Florida? Apparently not. In Tennessee? Apparently not. In Atlanta, Georgia? Apparently not. It depends on where the area is. But the thing is, just like people are moving to Florida who are high-end, high net worth individuals, they're moving to Tennessee, they're moving to Texas, they're moving to Georgia, they're moving damn near everywhere. That costs less. Get more bang for your buck until you don't. That's pretty much how it goes, because the cost of living is going to increase no matter where you live. It's already increased in certain areas of our country. The areas where it's lower, those prices are going to start increasing. Remember when I was I was a little upset when I went down to go get my Tostitos and they were $7.99. Today I go to the grocery store on the end capped. In case people don't know what end cap is, when you're in a store on the end of an aisle, that's the end cap. On the end cap, what do I see? $3.49 freaking cents again for the party bag for my Tostitos. Can you believe this? This manipulation is outrageous. $7.99 2 weeks ago, was it? So I go to the store today and I see on the end cap $3.49 for the same party Tostitos bag. I was like, okay, all right. So as you know, I had to get some in. But the fact of the matter is, this is what's going on out here, ladies and gentlemen. They are sitting, they're playing with you. All of us, they're playing with us. I'm going to go back to Jeff Bezos. The stock market crash and the housing crash really doesn't matter. You know why? You get to pick up the pieces. Because you're either going to say, I'm going to move, or you're going to say, I'm going to buy. So the housing part is easy. The stock market, well, you've had about 10 symbols tonight. So you can make that easy for yourself too, because that's dividend investing. You want to sit safely and get 4.8% return on your money, then you got the wealth front. So all of that's what we normally talk about. Plus we added in some of that pre-construction real estate property that you can buy in the Dominican Republic, specifically in Punta Cana would be preferred. And no credit check, no qualifying. So you're not tying up your credit for the next year or two. It's beautiful. And then at the end of 2 years or 3 years, whenever it's completed, then you actually have to fund something, either pay all cash or fund it. So that's how it's going to be. All right, here we go. Um, for the GPS, light bulbs coming on. Uh-oh. Here we go. All right. The $3 bag is back. Oh my goodness. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And she has a Disney deal. And actually, Vanessa Comagate, aka the Seamless Genius, she was almost on Shark Tank official TV show. She was in the process. In case people don't know, there's a process to get on Shark Tank. They just don't let you roll up there and come up with your spiel. No, no, no. First of all, you got to go through some steps. People have to say, oh, this product is pretty good. Then after they say this product is pretty good, now you actually got to go actually pitch, hone your skills, so to speak. And then you still might not make it. So there's some steps to this. So she went through some steps with her product. So it's very, very interesting. So don't think people are out here not trying to make things happen. You could be right here in the mix. All you have to do is ask questions. We got a lot of people that are entrepreneurs, financiers, real estate investors. I'm just saying. All right. And so far, sure, we can't win them all. We can't win them all, ladies and gentlemen. Neither can you. Neither can the billionaires. Neither can the millionaires. Millionaires fail at least 17 times before they become a millionaire. That means they've tried at least 17 different businesses on average. I'm not saying that. Some millionaires become a millionaire after they do 2 things or 3 things. Others fail. Okay, wipe your hands, learn a few lessons, change up. They try again. They don't give up. You have a lifetime to give up, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be sleeping very, very well eventually. But in the meantime, let's have some fun. Go for your goals and dreams. All right, let's see. Here we go. I made it to Shark Tank. I met the Sharks. My segment just didn't air on TV season 5. Oh, I didn't know you made it to the show. They cut out your segment. Oh, my. Now we got to go find that footage, right? Now we got to find the footage. Oh, wait. Oh. Who's doing Shark Tank? Who's the producers of Shark Tank? I don't know who the producers of Shark Tank are. I was getting ready to say, I don't think they're going to release the footage to you, right? They're going to keep it. They're not going to give it to you. Or did they? I don't think they did. Let me find out the answer. They don't want to leak that out, do they? Would they give you that footage? Damn it. So now I got to go. I don't even know where to go. Unaired segments, who I could even call and contact. Let me go see who the producer is. It better not be who I think it is. I'm going to go look this up. Producer of Shark Tank USA. Oh, the big boys are. Oh, it is Mark Burnett. Damn. I had a feeling. Okay. Well, the Sharks are some of the producers, and so is a few other people. When they come to the show, they actually do some of the producing, but it looks like Mark Burnett. I won't say anything. I'll just leave it at that. So therefore, the odds of her having it, I don't know. It's going to be slim. Let's see what she says. Awesome experience. Mark Burnett. All right. Let me know if he gave you a copy of your segment. Let me know. All right. So I think I know the answer, but we'll see. Maybe it was one of his good days on this. Let's see if Mark Burnett did it. Let's see. Yep. I asked. Let's see. Because I stayed in touch with some of the producers. Okay. I heard that part. Tell me you have a copy of the tape. And actually, if you have a copy, which copy is it? Is it studio format or is it in digital format? All right, I want to hear, do you have a copy? You can actually roll the tape on this. This would be exciting because if you're in season 5, you know I'm going to find this footage. I'm going to try and find it. I'm going to try and get it. I knew she was going to say this. I gave up because it's their property. I know. He wasn't going to give it up. I already know he wasn't going to give it up. That's not his way. He's not going to be out the goodness of his heart. Because again, I have a problem with Mark Burnett. By the way, you guys can already tell. I already knew he wasn't going to give it up. He ain't one of them nice guys who's going to be like, oh, yeah, you didn't make the show. Here you go. Here's your 3-minute, 5-minute segment. I chopped off some stuff just so it's just this for this or whatever. But here you go. So you can see your pitch and, you might be able to improve. This might help you out in other ways, because Shark Tank has a name. You actually made it this far. Yeah, he ain't going to do no like that. Oh man. Please try to get it. I will be grateful. As soon as I found out it's Mark Burnett, we're going to have a problem. He's a problem. Let's just put it that way. He's a problem. Vanessa Cummergate, my invention was stick and zip. Yes, I actually had the luxury and the privilege to see what she was doing. She sent me over some videos a couple years back, and it was genius. I will say that. It was a little raw, but it was still genius. And all it needed was, well, let's call it what it is. You're on Shark Tank, and those guys, it would have went boom, I believe. It would have been big time. So season 5, Mark Burnett's got it. Sheesh, that's a problem. Sheesh. Okay, I won't get into this any longer because you guys already know I've already talked about this years ago that we have problems with Mr. Burnett. But I'm still going to look. I'm still going to call up some people and see if I can do some backdoor deals. We'll see. The truth is there are a lot of people for one episode, but they can only air a few for an hour episode. Yes, but they could also air more. And because remember, these guys go on hiatus, so they actually have the tape that they could actually play. You follow what I'm saying? So, but you get the, yes, I got good feedback from the Sharks. Lori liked my invention. Exactly, because she was the Miss Queen of QVC at the time. I'm pretty sure. So she was thinking, oh, yeah, we're about to move some hundreds of thousands of these units. I can see where she was going with that. But again, congratulations for even going. Congratulations all the way around for that. But it takes heart to do it. Most people would have given up or not even tried or felt they weren't good enough or whatever the reasons they have for not going through the doors. You actually went step by step because, again, you have to go through. It's not something that you can just send them your device and do a video at the house. Sure, you can do that. Then when you get there, you have to come with some substance. And then when you get there, some people are going to be in the crowd going, that ain't no good. What they thinking? You have to believe in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let somebody else stop you just because they can't see the vision. All right? Just look at it that way. That's why there's a top 10%. Why do you think in everything there's generally a top 10% and then there's a top 1%? It's not only just financial, it's in everything. Even in sports, there's a top 1%. That's it. No matter how many people are training and trying, there's always some good stars, but then there's the superstar. And then there's everybody else. Even though everybody else is good, but you're not that top 1% because why? Did you train 3 hours a day, 3 times a day? Or was it 2 hours a day of practice? You go home and chill. Those are the differences. Were you watching film on some of the steps and moves and businesses or anything like that? Or did you just go home and chill? That's what distinguishes someone from being in the bottom 80% and someone being in the top 20. Just like, perfect example, when we start talking about Dominican Republic, 3, 4, 5 years ago, like Victor Morero bought his 5 years ago. All right. Other people, Mr. De La Cruz, 5 years ago, they were already there. But the downtown development plan, That wasn't even in effect at the time. They just heard that this was a nice place to make an investment. But nobody knew they're spending like $1 billion downtown after it's all said and done. Another $1 billion up on a ridge somewhere. Ultimately, nobody knew this was going to happen back then. Nobody knew anything. Hell, all they knew was the beach is coming out, which was sweet. Nothing else was like it in the Caribbean for that matter. People were like, okay, Vista Cana is pretty cool. Cana Rocks down there, pretty cool. Macau's down there. Cap Cana's always been sweet. Cocatel's always been a thing. Los Corrales, El Cortecito. Nobody was thinking this was going to be a craze like until the government said, oh, by the way, we're going around the world telling people that this is what we're doing. And the next thing you know, people are coming. And then they did the unthinkable. We're going to make the eastern part of the island, just like if you're in Canada, USA, or Europe, just those places that have a lot of money to spend. Yeah, I think they'll come. They're right. People are going to come. Safe, safer than USA for USA citizens. And the roads and infrastructure appears to be somewhat like, well, let's just call it like I'm in Texas or something, or Alabama for now. But we're actually going to turn it into like Vegas, Florida, Southeast Florida, Vegas. That's what we're going to turn this into. We're going to have some freeways and highways and ways to go to destinations rapidly and easily. And we're going to build. And building they are, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go. You're going to join the party. Check out some of them videos I dropped. Okay. Let's see. I can possibly try again. I want to show my future grandkids. Exactly. We want to show the future grandkids. Exactly. Thanks, boss. It was an awesome experience. I felt really proud. You should be. You should be very, very proud because the odds of getting there before the Sharks themselves is slim to none. You're part of like the top 10%er club. There's millions of people trying to get there. Just like every day, millions of people show up in LA saying, I'm going to be an actor, an actress. I want to be in the movies, all this other stuff. But as we all know, out of the thousands that show up every month, maybe 4 or 5 of them are going to be even a regular rotation into movies or TV shows or whatever. That's how crazy this is. So think about all of that, ladies and gentlemen. This is life. All right. One of my daughters went with me to Sony for Shark Tank. She was proud. I'm grateful. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate. Exactly. It's worth the adventures. It's worth the adventure. Whether you got on TV or not, you actually learned a lot. And they gave advice, and that helps out as well. And like you said, it's pretty cool when the grandkids or your daughters or people that know you say, hey, that's awesome what you did. That's beautiful. Yeah, you should be very, very proud because not everybody even wants. People are scared out here. It takes a lot to actually say, hey, I'm going on here. Because a lot of people think in their head, they think dollars and cents instead of actually handling business. Everybody makes money. So once you say, okay, you're not counting anybody's pockets, what difference does it make if the guy's a billionaire or if he's doesn't have a dime in his pocket? What difference does this really make when you start thinking about it? You're like, I made this. This is to help somebody. So therefore, does it really matter how much anybody makes? I don't care if there's sharks out there or not. You have to have this mindset. You're like, hey, I'm the top dog. I made this stuff right here. I'm going out here to show people that I love this thing that I'm making and creating. And this is how I did it. Now, if you guys don't like it, okay. I can live with that, but I still tried. I still like it. I think I can help people. So I love it. That's my mindset. So that's why you should never be afraid, ladies and gentlemen. What's the worst case scenario? A no one time? Or is that a no for a lifetime? It's only one time. It's not a lifetime sentence. All right. So just keep that in mind. No regrets. But honestly, I love what I'm doing now. I'm blessed. Exactly. See, this is how it all turns out. This is how it all turns out. What you guys don't know, maybe I was doing the channel back then. I can't remember. I don't think I was. I was going to open up a restaurant in Florida. And so I don't think I was. And This actually is part of the reason why I started the channel. Actually, because now that I'm thinking about it, was before I started the channel. And otherwise I wouldn't have, because I would have opened a restaurant in Florida at the beach. And because this guy, all of a sudden, I'm renting a place or had the lease agreement. And the day he comes in, and I was going to have to do a build out. So the day he comes in, he doesn't bring papers with him. And I'm looking at him like, okay, I thought we were going to sign the lease today. And it's rented, it's X amount per month. And I was like, what's going on? So he starts talking crazy. He's like, well, I'm worried about if you don't be able to finish the build out. I said, okay, but I'm putting in, I can't remember what it actually was, the terms were. I remember I talked about this probably 2 or 3 years ago, and I can remember, but since it never happened, I can't remember the real numbers now. But anyhow, all of a sudden he starts this, well, I think I'm taking a little risk. I'm like, you do own the building, don't you? What are you talking about? He's like, I said, okay, but I thought we agreed. Let's just say this is the number. I can't remember the number. I thought we agreed at $5,000 per month. You said I was going to give you like 15 or 20,000. It was somewhere like that. And you're going to give me like 6 months free rent or 7 months, whatever it was, because we got to do a build out. He's like, yeah, but I want you to throw in an extra $50,000. I was like, I don't know if that was the number, but it was some number like that. It was like 50 or 70 or something, because I just want to have security. I was like, wait, I'm giving you security up front already. Now you want security on top of security while I'm building your building out? I was like, that's not going to work. Sorry, not going to happen. So after that doesn't happen, I go off and do something else. The other thing I do, I love as well. And I actually don't have to work 16 hours a day or 10. I wouldn't have worked because I'm not a chef. But the point is, sometimes when you go down paths, doors close, it leads to another successful venture. And you never would have been at the other successful venture if you would have went through the other door. So that's why you have to look at it always as a learn instead of a failure, because you haven't failed. It's just that you've learned something, and it might have turned you into another way to look at something. So I agree with this, that she says, I love what I'm doing now. Exactly. That's how it always ends up being. And when you're an entrepreneur, a mover and shaker, the seamless genius type, this is what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough with the little motivational talk, but we're going to buy assets either way. So please check out the videos. All right. I've been dropping a lot of videos about Puna Cana. I have to. I have to, simply because there are so many projects that are now on the board that's going to be out in the next 2 years that it's unfathomable to me. They're starting to turn this into a whole nother thing where 1-bedroom units are going to be over 100,000. 2-bedroom units are going to be like 170s, 180s, 190s, 200s. And now they're making penthouse units over $200,000. The only people who are not is so far Cruise on Land. That's so far. Anybody else that has amenities in their projects, they are starting to make it where it's $200,000 and some $1,000. So everybody who got their penthouses, yes, they went up at Panorama Garden and all that. I get you. It's a 145 now, but still, that is now worth like 235 for sure. 240, 250 for sure. And since you have man-made beaches and all that, what is it really worth? 270, 280, 300? I don't know. But that's what I'm talking about. It's going to happen over the next year. Well, I guess it started happening after this year because it should have already happened earlier, but let's call it what it is. All right. So my prediction was off a little bit. All right. But then again, it's not really off, because I told you guys at the end of in December and November, I said this was going to be the last time you're able going to get these prices. And you guys all see the Cruise on Land prices were the prices last year, from the second half of last year, and they still are. But as you can see, any new projects coming out, There's no longer one bedrooms at 79,000, 67,000. There's none of those. The only one left was Seven Palms. Seven Palms, 79,000, which is no longer. Now it's 99,000 across the street from the second beach at Vista Cana, which is a hell of a price. So 155 for a 2-bedroom there is now a good price, because in most places a 2-bedroom is 170,000 and up. That's what's happening, except at Larimar and Cruise on Land, they're not. Also, 2 bedrooms are still like 120, 110 at Cruise on Land, 120 at Larimar, 130. Well, they're going to be up 2.5%, but so what? That's only 120, 122, 123 for a 2-bedroom when it goes up. But right now it's 119,000. Add 2.5%, whatever that ends up being, like $3 or $4 grand. That's pennies. So they're still going to have 2-bedroom units for like 124, 123. That's still cheap compared to all the rest of the 2 bedrooms coming out. Canarena is 177 for a 2-bedroom. All right. And they have about 6 or 7 amenities there. They have lockers too, which is pretty cool. And so does Larimar have lockers. We just don't know the sizes of them. They'll probably be 2 feet by 2 feet, I would guess, 2 feet by 1 foot. I don't think they're going to be huge. Not enough to put bikes or, paddle boards or anything like that in there. So we will see what happens. All right. Well, we're not going to make this too long tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to talk about any subject matter, let it go now. All right. Let's go now. Mr. De La Cruz is in the house. I mentioned you earlier today in this live stream, Mr. De La Cruz, because you two are winning in Punta Cana. Let's see what he has to say, his tagline this evening. Hey, SSN Nation, I've been trying to catch up with all these great videos. Thanks, Eric. I just finished watching your over 3-hour video about the beach. I'm getting all of my news from you. Thank you so much, Mr. De La Cruz. Another emerging millionaire just came into the house. Ladies and gentlemen, I will make the announcement again. Mr. De La Cruz was smart enough to buy at the beach. Like, I don't even know. Mr. De La Cruz may be telling us. I don't know if he bought in 2019 or 2020, but I do know this. He bought a penthouse unit for like $300,000. Those penthouse units may have doubled. I don't know if he has a 3-bedroom or the 4-bedroom, but maybe we'll find out. But it was $300,000. All right. All I know is they're selling a 4-bedroom penthouse. The new realtors went in to go check it out, and they said, Eric, you know that 4-bedroom penthouse is $600,000 now? I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Does that mean everything is like 70% more, 80% more? What the hell's going on over there? And guess what else, ladies and gentlemen? The reason why you should get excited is because of this. All they have is a lagoon over there right now. Now, they've come correct a little bit. They've come with the pharmacy. They've come with the salon. They come with the restaurant and bar. They've come with that. Pool's going to be out front like it was supposed to be if the hotel was there. They're going to have a lobby. So all good. They have stuff coming. Now when they throw in a soccer field, basketball court, tennis courts, barbecue grill areas, now we start talking. They have room. They can do it. All of a sudden, it starts getting a little better. And if the prices have already escalated like this, and they're selling them for this, just like at Cana Rock, Victor Morel's unit, they're selling for like $390. Some places, I guess, $400,000. He bought his for like $231. He's almost up to double if this keeps going, and it probably will, because bottom line of the story is once other projects and properties start rising, then they start increasing everywhere. So you might have about another 12 months. That might be it, because once then, it's fini. All right. This is great. I'm excited. You should be, Mr. De La Cruz, because you tied the record. You have 4 units over there. I know you have one in Boca Chica. I know. I know you have one at the beach, and I think you have two more somewhere else. Eric, top crypto. All right, crypto. Eric, talk about crypto, says Brian P. And it looks like Pocahontas brought us someone else with the same last name, Aline Wilhite. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. So excited to learn from elite investors. Oh, thank you. Thanks to my daughter, Pocahontas, for the invite. Thank you so much. Tell Pocahontas if she's still here, and hopefully she is. Thank you so much for sharing information with your mother. Thank you so much, Pocahontas. It's a very, very good thank you. It's much appreciated. And welcome again, Aileen Wilhite, Raydell Cabezas, another The Beach owner inside Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, downtown. And he's excited because actually, Raydell Cabezas, I believe, has a 4-bedroom unit. Mr. De La Cruz, seems like we made a similar investment. Good luck to us. Thanks, Eric. You were awesome. Thank you, Raydell Cabezas. Appreciate your support. And congratulations to you too. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you understand, some of these guys have purchased property and now it could be worth $200,000, $300,000 more. They haven't even finished building it yet. They have potential equity that they would be able to tap into at any time. And just think, what's going to happen when interest rates go down? If they're worth this right now, does this mean 700 or 800,000 for a 4-bedroom penthouse? It does. Right place, right time, got in early, winning big time. Because you can always tap into those assets, but the asset, do you have to tap into it if you're able to rent it out? Raydell Cabezas has a 4-bedroom penthouse. That 4-bedroom penthouse, after the evaluation that I find out that it actually has a 5th bedroom because it has a maid's quarters. And inside the maid's quarters, it has another bathroom. So it's not just no 4-bedroom. It actually can sleep 5 bedrooms. That means it can sleep double digits. You have a sofa sleeper because there's a half bath upstairs also. Then you have a living room downstairs, which can also have a sofa sleeper. That means we're talking 13, 14 people. When you get to Airbnb, do your homework. Go look up Punta Cana, put in 14 guests, and see what comes up. That will give you the idea. And since we're here, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we got to do this. I'm just teasing you a little bit because you know we're going to go check it out, right? We're going to go check it out, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised because now he has some with 12 that can sleep in a place. Now all of a sudden you're getting in rarefied air. You're getting in spaces where people have to get villas. And the villa, yes, the villa will be twice as big, but the villa won't have a beach, and the villa won't have a restaurant and bar, and it won't have a salon, it won't have the pharmacy right there. So we're going to go anywhere? No, we're going down to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, just to find out, just so everybody can stay up to date because it's March, it's April. It's April now. Oh, okay. I better do this one. 6th through the 13th. We know this is like Holy Week. So therefore, it's going to be maybe expensive, whatever's available. And we are going to put in like 13 people. Let's see what happens when 13 people try to stay in one location in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Do you think it's worth $300,000? That's the $1 million question. Oh my. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, and this is nightly. This is nightly. So just so everybody understands, this down here is Cap Cana. This is because these are homes. In fact, let me show the list. You won't see condos because there's not too many condos that sleep 13. That's what makes this special. So look, these are all these luxurious homes, $2,850 a night, $1,276 per night, $4,800 per night. Here goes something, $453, 4-bedroom with pool, 5 beds, 4 bedrooms, $453 per night for a villa. All right, just keep this in mind. With a pool, that means you have to leave if you want to go to a restaurant, bar, nightclub, all this stuff, right? Here goes something, 11 beds, 6 bedrooms, $1,600 per night. You guys are seeing this, right? You're seeing this. 5,000, 2,600, 3,100, 3,700, 2,000, 2,000, 3,300, 2,600. These are all villas. Why? Because you can't generally get 13 people in a unit. Look at this. Well, we won't even get into 9,000 per night. This is crazy. 3,800. Okay. This is off the charts. Off the charts. You guys see it for yourself. Is there anything else to say? And why is this doing this? I don't know. Let's see. I saw 453 here. Let's go see what this is. Luxury. Let's see what this is. This looks like some sort of penthouse. Well, maybe it's a villa. This is a very nice villa. I've seen this before. Okay, 453. That's out. Well, is there any? Nothing. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing. So that beats the 1%. 300,000 is more than 300, but he will not be charging $453 per night when everybody else is over 1,000. Oh, somebody in El Cortecito. Okay, I don't know where they're sleeping 13. This looks like a 1-2. This is a 2-bedroom. You can't sleep 13 in there. But it still meets the 1% criteria for what we're talking about. 1% a night is good. Namas Beach, whatever that is. But nonetheless, you guys see this. This is why. And then way out here somewhere, it's 585. I think this is a ranch. It is a ranch. I'm familiar with this. This is a ranch right here. It's pretty cool. But you're out in the middle of nowhere. It's still a ranch. Pretty cool ranch. Great rating. In fact, let me go see if they still have let me see what their rating is. They don't even have it listed. Yeah, great spot. But look at these prices. If you bought something for $300,000 and you can rent it for $585 or $600,000, $600 a night, you're winning. Because a week you're going to get $3,600, right? Or more. You're winning. Let's call it win, win, win. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is why that place is worth more than $600,000, because you're going to be able to rent it out for $1,000 per night, $850 a night during prime time, or more. That's why they raise the prices once they understand what's happening here. They're like, hold on a second. We can actually get $600,000 because they can rent this. This place sleeps 13, 14 people if you had sofa sleepers. Rebel, Mr. Seems like we made. Okay, here we go. I actually ended up just getting a 2-bedroom Mari at the beach and put the rest of the money on a 3-bedroom swim up at Blue Tirana, Samana. Raydell, congratulations. Exactly. It's okay, Mr. De La Cruz, because you done turned your Blue Tirana, Samana 3-bedroom swim up, because we talked about Blue Tiranas last year. Actually, maybe a year and a half ago. Guess what? The property's values in Tiranas, Samana, went up. It's crazy. That 2-bedroom was under $200K. They're into 200s now. I saw something today. It was like somebody wanted a $299 for a 2-bedroom swim up over there. That was sick. And it's Samana, which actually doesn't have high traffic, but it's still going to be sweet. Mr. De La Cruz says, Eric, I was looking at Cruise on Land, but I noticed that the contract says that you can't put your on daily rate on your own short-term rentals. It has to match whatever price they are posting theirs. Oh, well, I haven't looked all the way at a Cruise on Land. Well, wait, I did look at one. That's not good. That's really, really not good, because that means you have no advantage. Oh, that's not that's bad news, actually. I don't like this news right here. Eric, I was looking at Cruise on Land, but I noticed the contract says you can't put your daily rate on your own short-term rentals. It has to match whatever price they are posting theirs. How would you know what they're posting? Oh, this is not a good thing. I don't like hearing this. They could be charging like 100. Okay, we need clarification on this, right? We need clarification like ASAP. What time is it? Guess we'll find out tomorrow. This is crazy. This is real crazy. I don't like poison pills. Wow. I don't remember that being in the contract. That's not good. Well, video's coming out if that's true. I don't know if they changed their contracts. I'm gonna go look. I have a contract. I'm gonna go check it out. That's interesting. Okay. I don't like that, Mr. De La Cruz. I'm hoping this is something new. That's not good. If you are managing your own short-term rental, you must match whatever price they are posting. Other condos from the management. Normally, you wouldn't know what price they're posting unless it's in the room. And in the room, you would have that card, the rate card. Even the hotels don't charge their rate card. And hotels have special deals. I can go on any hotel website and they say 20% off or whatever they say. What the? Oh my, this is not good. That's like a no-go zone. That's bad. That's very, very bad. We got problems, Houston. I don't like the sound of this. Mr. De La Cruz, are you sure this is Cruise on Land's contract? Jeez, that's bad news, man. Yeah, I'm hearing what you said. Right now, thanks, Eric. I always get excited when you go to Airbnb. Well, it's all based on what you're doing, right? So you have a 5-bed. Well, it's a 5-bedroom, so you can put 2 people in each bedroom. So you have 10. Well, the maid's quarters, it's small, so it's generally a twin bed. So we'll just say 9. You have a living room. You have 2 living room areas, so you could have a sofa sleeper probably downstairs. So that's 11. If you want to push, because you have a half bath upstairs, so now you're going to do 13 for sure. You can do 13 if you want it. Well, let's put it this way. Occupancy is 13. Most people aren't going to be 13 deep. They might be 10 deep, might be 11 deep. So it'll still work out. And you get to charge, it appears, over $1,000 per night. That's what it appears. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it appears. This is what I was talking about with George's Charles when he bought his 4-bedroom, 5.5 bath place. Same similar situation. And now he can also sleep 13 as well, if he pushed it. When you go upstairs in his unit, the living room area is a bypass to the bedrooms. What I mean by that, it's a loft area, so it's a small area, and everybody that goes to their bedroom has to pass through. The penthouse, you go through, but the downstairs bedroom is recessed. I mean, the living room area, it's recessed. So since it's recessed, people can walk by without having to go bumping into the bed or anything like that. Whereas the loft upstairs, once you put a decent sized sofa sleeper up there, it's going to block, or it's going to be a small space to get by, basically, unless you don't have a TV stand and you're just doing no stand whatsoever underneath the TV. So otherwise, you're going to have a problem with spacing. So that's the differences. But he can also sleep like 13 in his as well. or 12 if he wanted to push and put that sofa sleeper upstairs in the loft. But the penthouse actually has a recessed area, so there's still a 5 foot, 6 foot gap to walk by. So that's not going to affect anybody while they're sleeping. You can just get up, walk by, be quiet, no problems. And then all the bedrooms downstairs have their own room. Makes it pretty sweet. All sleeping areas except the living room has their own room. But once you close all the doors, everybody has their own room, even your sofa sleeper people, because you have a bathroom of use that you don't have to go in anybody's room. It makes it beautiful. So those are the best ones. All right. Is American Express a good stock to invest in, Eric? Yes. American Express, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, all of them. Every day, millions of transactions, millions of profits. Every day. So yes, long-term holds. I think whichever one you choose, it's all good. Thank you for asking. Some other people might be interested as well. Ray Dale Cabeza says, thank you, Mr. De La Cruz. Wishing you the best. Hopefully we'll see each other at the beach one day. I'm sure you will. Also, in addition to the maintenance, Cruise on Land wants $65 per room a month for the amenities. Yes, we talked about that. You're paying HOAs. And then if you want to allow your guests to use the amenities, well, not all of them. Some of the amenities included. But basically, I akin it to the water park, because the water park costs a lot. So I think that's a hell of a deal. $65 is $2 a day. So you and your friends and all your guests can always go. So you don't have to. So that gives you a higher value that you're going to be able to charge, because nobody else is going to have a water park. Well, Atabay 2 does. There's a couple others, but I don't think anybody's going to have the wave pool, because that costs to put it in. Plus the other amusement aspects that's going to be coming on board. So it's worth it. I don't mind that at all. I just wish, I think ultimately, I don't know why they would do this. I just think they're going to put it in the HOA. I don't know why they would do that, but we'll see what happens. But yes, we knew about that. Mr. De La Cruz, congratulations. That's an excellent strategy. Having a property on the east and another on the north, two different tourism scenarios. Exactly. That's very true. Eric, that set pricing at Cruise on Land, I actually agree with it and see it as a plus. It keeps people from lowering the rates too low for the type of property. Plus, it keeps good quality. I understand where you're coming from. What I'm trying to say, though, is, so when you own, so let's just, I don't know how it is. You own at Margaritaville, but let's say at Conner Rock, right? So you own at Conner Rock. And if Conner Rock, which they could do one day, they might have a management company or start a Conner Rock consortium of some sort. And all of a sudden, they start saying, well, our rates are $150 a night. You're sitting there saying, well, I do dynamic pricing. The Soul Fest is coming into town. There's 6,000 people that's going to be right here. I want to charge $295 a night. They're like, you can't go past our rates. I'm going to be like, have you lost your mind? I own my condo. And they're going to say, oh, sorry, Eric, we're revoking your, in fact, we're going to fine you. We're going to fine you. Pay it or have a foreclosure notice or some other nonsense HOAs do. That's the only reason I say I don't. If you can, they can charge whatever they want, but they're acting like this means they are acting like the whole project is their project. That's what this means to me. I don't know how Margaritaville does it. I don't really care what the guys are charging. It helps us. Like I always said, they have a hotel there, right? They do property management. It helps me when I go to Airbnb and I see prices like this for like a 13 or 14 sleeper. And if my management or HOA came in and said, hey, Eric, we're charging $1,000 per night. And I'm sitting there looking around like, hey, man, everybody charges $1,500 a night. Not in our project, but everywhere else. Why am I going to charge as much as you do? And vice versa. Maybe sometimes you guys want to charge $1,000 a night, but I want to charge $750 a night. You guys are setting the numbers. You set the numbers whatever you want. What does that got to do with me? But now I'm competing with my HOA for my rentals. Okay, I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that at all. Now, let's just say this. I predict that they're going to have a high rental rate, 85%. It's going to be somewhere between 80 and 90%. That's what I believe. But that does not mean I believe in somebody else dictating to me how much I'm going to be able to charge. I read Cruise on Land contract 3 times. I'm moving on to Larimar in the future. Thanks, Victor Morero. There we go. Mr. De La Cruz. So did you buy at Larimar? Did you send in a deposit? What's happening? And now I'm moving on to Larimar in the future. Thanks, Victor Morero. Well, come on then. Come on down, Mr. De La Cruz. I already know you have a realtor in mind, but if you don't, you know who to go see. Go see Gwen. All right, that's the guy. Go talk to Gwen, right? Here, let me put this in there. Let's go. Larimar. Yeah, Larimar's contract's not like that. Here goes something. Let me see if I can actually get his name, get the number on one screen. I know you go through him, but go through my man, get your let's see. There, oh, looks like it stayed in one line. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's go. Go San Diego State. Brian P. I haven't been checking out the NCAA tournament. Can San Diego State from SoCal near the border actually pull this off? Hey, they got some ballers. You never know what's going to happen. UConn might be a little tight. Men's basketball. Yes, Brian P. Taranis and Samana only has 3,000 hotel rooms. By 2025, they will have 5,000 hotel rooms. Once that infrastructure is settled, they will focus on adding direct flights to Samana. See, this is what we're talking about. This is how investors think, ladies and gentlemen. He gets the data. He starts saying, hey, this is what is going to happen. And he makes plans. He says, I'm going to get in early while the getting in early is good. Under $200,000, I'm about to get me something that's down there by the beach and possibly has ocean view, swim up bar. It's beautiful. And he knows that they will expand flights. In fact, Samana's airport is international, by the way. They just don't have the numbers like Punta Cana. Different ecosystem. Now, 5,000 hotel rooms isn't a lot. But again, I think over the next 10 years, Samana is going to increase. And Samana also doesn't have that many condos or villas at the moment. They're now expanding because there's like 5 projects there, villas and condos by the water, which actually that's another opportunity for people. But again, it doesn't have the tourist numbers for me. It's way, way down. I mean, it's not even it's a blip. So meanwhile, Punta Cana is going to have 8 million people probably this year, 8 million to 8.5 million by airs coming in there, but only like, I don't even think it's going to be 1 million people going to Samana Airport. In fact, we don't even have to guess. We can just do our own due diligence around here, right? This is what investors do, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know the name of it. I don't know their codes. We're going to find out. Tourist numbers 2022. Here's the numbers. All right, let's see. Air arrival. Airport arrival. Let's go arrival. I'll change it. Let's see what the numbers are. 172,000. All right, that's it. So I was close because I've actually checked out Samana before. Remember, we did that. I did that video on Blue Taranis, right? So yeah, I already know the numbers. It's like 200,000 people annually, which only means 20,000. That's even that's 15 to 17,000 people per month. That's not a lot of people. All right. So we'll see how, if this was 2022 numbers, we'll find out just so everybody can see. But I think it was 200,000. This is 2018. Looks like that's the latest number it has was 2018, but it's around 200,000. That's it. It's not 7.5 million. Huge difference. So there will be an impact, just not now. The funny thing though is Samana real estate is rising faster than Punta Cana. That's the weirdest thing, which is not so weird because they're not as big as Punta Cana. They're a small area. So even though they might have, like when they get up to 1 million a year, when they get up to 1.5, all of a sudden these properties that people are paying a little extra for now will be well worth it. So that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. You have to know the future. And yes, there will be more tourists going to Samana. Why? Because once you get up to around 10 million, 11 million going into Punta Cana, people are going to say, well, I've been there already. I don't want to go there no more. Let's go up to the North Shore and hang out at Samana. That's what's ultimately going to happen. Just like people go down to La Romana, which gets 8% of the tourists. 4% of the tourists that go to the DR land at La Romana Airport. 71%, when you add Punta Cana and La Romana, 71% of all tourists that go to the Dominican Republic land at those two airports, and they're literally like an hour away, which means you have all those people in a 60-mile radius. That's a lot of people. When you start adding in those guys, now all of a sudden you have an extra million or two, possibly, because 4% on 600,000, 10% is 60,000, right? So, 4%, 28,000. So that gets us about another, what is that? Only about 300,000 more. But in the overall region, we're going to add about another 500,000 to another million this year. That's how exciting this is when you start understanding. This is what investors do. You look at the numbers. You're not taking guesses. You're trying to minimize your guess. Let me see if these guys are excited and release the numbers. And here you go, Mr. De La Cruz. You'll like this because he has property in Boca Chica. So they finally, Boca Chica is predicted to receive more than 500,000 visitors during Easter. That's 500,000. Santo Domingo is close by. The only public beaches out there. So I guess during this Easter, what do you call it? The Holy Week. That's going to be very special. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it's not too late. If you want to get in, now's the time. Now, please smash that like button. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. They haven't released the numbers for March yet. Any predictions, anyone? Uh-oh, scammers grow in the East Zone. Damn it. European origin government should intervene. Damn it. Nope, no tourist numbers yet. So maybe tomorrow, the next day, they will come out with it. And it should be exciting. Should be exciting. I'm thinking we're on track for 900,000 when you add the cruise. Can we do it again? Can we get? Yes, I think we're going to actually get like 700,000. I think we're going to be in the sevens this time. I don't think we're going to be in the 600s. And if it's 700,000 and we get another 67%, woo, that's going to be close to 5. What is that? That's going to be close to 500 and some odd thousand for the month in the Punta Cana region. That would mean more than 100,000 per week. That would make it like 130 per week. That would be sick. And we're not even into 2 years from now. It's a beautiful thing. All right, there you go. Let's see what else we got. Okay. I agree with you, Eric. Cruise on land will mess up my dynamic pricing. I will wait for Larimar. I need to get my finances in order first. I understand. No rush. Let's see. 55.63 says Brian P. Oh, 55 to 63. 341 left. Really? It's that low of a score? Oh, my. People weren't hitting their threes today. What did he say? 55 to, what was that number? Where'd it go? What? I lost it. Oh, okay. It's on the screen. 55-63. That's only 8. 8 points. You can erase that in 341. But this score indicates people haven't been hitting their threes today. Now I have to go check it out. So I'll keep abreast so everybody can come and actually I can't show the game. So it's losing. It's 69 to 57. I was hoping for the upset. They're down by 12 with the minute 55. They're not catching them. Well, they could hit 2 threes. No, you got to get 12 points in under 2 minutes. It looks like they're not going to be able to do this. So the Huskies are winning this. Another UConn banner in the rafters. Some more hardware for UConn. If it's not the UConn women, then the UConn men come and make things happen. Oh, it's a lot. Yeah, 69-57. So they went on a 6-2 run. This is not the time, and there's only a minute 55 left. I don't think there's going to be enough time. They're up by 12. You have to hit 4 threes. It's not impossible, but teams of this caliber, somebody hitting 4 threes and the other team doing 4 turnovers is slim. It's very slim because you have to take chances. You're going to have to foul eventually. Yeah, I just can't see that happen. All right. It's a wrap. I think 69-57, depends on whose ball it is, but you're going to have to score, and then they get the ball 20 seconds a pop. I don't see how they can make this work unless they had a turnovers, and score, and they're going to have to do it in under 20 seconds. Yeah, it's possible. They can still win it. It's possible, but the odds are against them. And they didn't strike me as a great defensive team, by the way. They're pretty good defensively because of the big guys, but this isn't going to help them in this case. Their perimeter D sucks. Well, I shouldn't say suck. They're in the finals championship game, but I mean, it's not what it could be. So I don't see how they're going to come back from this 12, but we'll see. Maybe miracles happen. Miracles happen. Oh, 71-59. Yeah, I'm not doing the game, but they have to take chances, and they're going to have to foul people, and it's hard. 71-59 still by 12, but something crazy would have to happen, and when this thing goes under a minute, then it's pretty much a wrap. They still have time, 120, but it's going to be a wrap. They didn't stop them after they hit their 2. All right. We're going to wrap up, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's time for that. If you guys any first, welcome to family this evening. Pocahontas, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bringing the family members into the house. Hopefully you learned a little bit of something new. When we start talking about, in case you're still here and people don't know, when we're talking about these places, Cruise on Land, Samana, Blue Taranas, we're talking about Punta Cana, and we're just talking about La Romana. These condos and villas, remember, they're no credit check, no qualifying. You're putting down 10% generally, and then you make your monthly payments while they're building the project, which is usually 2 to 3 years is scheduled. Usually it's the first phase. Then there's going to be more phases. But when you get in on the first phase, you get the cheapest price because they raise the price every 6 months or every 5 months, or in the case of Larimar, every 3 months, starting in April, 2.5%. That's what they said. So that's the way it's going to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you can get in now. And this cruise on land thing, we're going to have to clarify because I don't remember seeing that in the contract. They must have changed their contracts or something. I don't remember seeing this. Well, I remember seeing the 2.5 increase in prices potentially based on the IDV, and it's a calculation of inflation rates. I remember that. I don't remember anything about their pricing. That's very interesting. It's over. Yeah, I knew it was going to be. It's hard to come back from that far down. You have to have like 2 steals. Then you got to come down and hit a 3. Then you got to figure out a way to get the ball back from them if you don't steal it. And they're running off 20, 25, 30 seconds. So the time, if you're up by 5 with that amount of time, then you could probably catch them. But being down by 12 with under 2 minutes, that's going to be kind of hard. So UConn took home the trophy once again, which is awesome for them. Congrats to San Diego State for being a, what was it, a 5 seed or a 9 seed? I don't remember. I think it was 5. So they did very well for their seeding. Nobody at San Diego State ever thought the basketball team or the football team would be in national championships anywhere in the NCAA. So that's pretty awesome. That's successful. Some people would say coming in second is not successful, but this is a big boost to their program. Sometimes you can't win it all, but it's not really a failure. You lose, you win. That's San Diego State right now because they're going to be able to recruit off of this, and they're going to get much better players, and the school's going to get additional enrollments. So think of all these other good things that's going to happen. Even though they couldn't take home some hardware, it's still sports. Can't win them all, and that's true life. Okay. Little family, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Very, very nice to see you once again. What's up with the cruise on land? Well, apparently there's a new contract out, and that contract says that if you rent your property, you have to rent for the same price as the management company, the HOA. So if the HOA rents for $120 per night, you can't charge higher than them, which isn't really a big thing normally, unless they actually price it too low. Normally, they price them high, so you should win. But I don't want to leave my faith in should win because we don't know what they're going to charge. So I'm thinking, like most hotels, they always charge more. Well, it's not a hotel, but I'm thinking they're going to charge more. But the only thing is now I have to equal what their prices are. So is it a good thing when it's higher, good thing when it's lower, or should it just be open? This is a first. This makes it interesting. George's Charles says, no, that's not correct. Well, there we go. We're going to have to get some new contracts. Actually, Mr. De La Cruz, you have my email address. Send me the new contract that you have or the page that it's on. They could have changed something. We don't know. It's midnight. We'll find out tomorrow. So they might have changed contracts. This is how things go over the course of time, just like the beach changed their contracts, just like other places changed their contracts and actually just said, hey, you owe us 18% more or 15% more. And even though the contract said up to a certain number, they said, we don't care what it said. So you just never know. Send me the contract. I'll send it to you. Just if you don't want to send me the contract, just because I think it's a lot of pages, just send me the page that it says that on. That's what I want to hear. That's all I care about. We'll see it. But this is what happens from time to time. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting because I don't like it. All I know is generally, though, don't be too upset about it. Normally, hotels charge an arm and a leg. So you're going to charge less than them anyhow. But I don't know if they're operating like a hotel mentality, which I think they would be, but we know their numbers. I think they said, what, a 2-bedroom is going to be like 120 a night. I think. Maybe they'll change their mind. Maybe they'll make it 200 a night. Then you'll charge once. Oh, you can't charge 175. They said you had to match. So if they charge 120 night, you can match the 120. But that puts you all on the same level playing field. No advantage. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to be on all the platforms that you're going to be on, and then some. So now it almost makes it like you should be in their pool, rental pool. I think you only have a choice either way, whether you're at Larimar or any project. You're going to have to choose if you're going to be in the rental pool or you're going to do it yourself. You're going to have to choose anyhow. And you damn sure can't do any pricing if you're in the rental pool. I'm just trying to figure out what's happening. She told me that's last year. Let's see. You have to be within a certain range, not exact. Well, we will see, Georges Charles, because again, contracts change. This could be one of those changes. Well, I don't even want to hear a range. I really don't care. I can only imagine. I can't even imagine. Victor Marrero's with Margaritaville. Do they have a cap? Well, actually, he's in the rental program. So, in fact, I'm going to go do something right now. Let's go look at something. I'm going to go do this right now. Okay. Oh, man. Victor Marrero. Can your place, is there any place at Margaritaville that sleeps like, what was it? 10 or 12 people in Orlando? Is there any place? Let me know. All right. So we're going to go to Airbnb. I don't know how I can get to Margaritaville. Okay, let's try. Something about if we see somebody, no, see this. It's taking too long to get to run, and we're gonna go find out. I'm doing an experiment. We're using Margaritaville. Oops. Got that's not going to work. Okay, I'll go to the promenade. Let's go. 7 through 13. Yeah, we'll do a week. Then we'll do 6. 6. 2-bedroom cottage hopefully comes up. Whoa. I'm not going to be able to find this. I can tell you that right now. I'm not going to be able to find this. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, they have too many places for rent up in here. If I'm not mistaken, since available. No, I think it's over. Wait. Oh, wait. If I'm not mistaken. Is it a crop? Not showing up. No Margaritavilles available. Not that I can see. Maybe I should find their address too. It's here we go. Here's her address. Oh, Kissimmee. So it is over further. I was off. Let's go. Let's go pull this up right now. There we go. All right. Let's see what we got. We narrowed this down. Let's see what we got. Okay. There we go. It is. Oh, I was in the right area. Yeah, we were in the right area. Let's see here. There's nothing available. Incredible. Incredible. Really. Incredible. Incredible. That's incredible. Okay, let's go down further then. Nope, that's a house. Damn. That's incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, this is interesting. Wow. Not available to even play with these guys. Not even. All right. H2O water park nearby, cottages by Rentel. What's going on? Oh, maybe this is not the right spot. Cottages by rental. Cute. So I don't know if Victor Morell's still awake and he's here, but he's in the rental program, so he won't be able to answer the question unless he's done rentals without them. So can you guys... Okay, I want this weekend. This is Easter. Let's see what we've got going on here. 5, 2 kids. What do we got? From rental. 0 left. See, they're doing 375 plus tax. Okay, so this is going to be like 4 something. 3-bedroom villa is going to be 4 something. Timeout promotional rate 402. 3 bedrooms. So we're talking like maybe taxes, fees. We might be advanced bookings. 3-bedroom cottage with pool is 515. Interesting. 4-bedroom 577. 6-bedroom. Holy smokes. No wonder they were trying to hit me up. 1382 to sleep 14. Sheesh. Okay. Somebody hit me up at my Westgate because I have a 3-bedroom and it actually has like sofa sleepers in the bedroom. It has sofa sleeper in the living room. Plus it has 3 bedrooms. So they were up to 10. And there's another like little room, so it could actually sleep like 12. So if I would have had it, get this, it would have been more than these. It'd be 500 because they have a water park there. So it would have been a premium day. So this is interesting. I don't know the answer to this. You guys can't see it, but now I'll be back. I thought you guys could see that, but I was on the wrong screen. All right, let's go. Okay, send me the contract. They will operate like a hotel. Okay. No, it's not exactly like that. All right. Well, we'll see what it says. She told me this last year. Okay. Last year, things could change. You have to be within a certain range, not exact. Okay. I will ask her to remind me the range. That'll work. That's true. I don't care. I think they will operate like a hotel. Yeah. Hotel prices are generally higher. I probably think it would be better to go under the pool rental program. Yeah. If they're going to make everybody pay the same, they will try to rent that out first. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to be in the pool rental program if they tell me I'm going to charge $200 a night. But then again, actually, do I really have to be under the rental program? If they charge $200 a night and they're like a normal hotel operation where they're going to charge more than usual, well, hell yeah. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Now, let me go. I'm going to do this. I don't know how to get there. I don't really want the rental. I want Margaritaville cottages I want this website. Let's see if we can get to there. Oh, this is rental again. Rental handles them. Rentals. Forget that. We'll go Expedia. This is an experiment, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I just went there because I know they have cottages, but it looks like most people are renting Margaritaville, Orlando. What is this? Oh, there it is. Okay, I messed up. We have something here. Okay, good. All right, let's go down prime time. So we got a few nights. Let's see what they're charging. Because we're around 500 for a 2-bedroom cottage. I'm sure 388 makes it about. Quality Inn 112, Margaritaville 238. That's Orlando Resort. Margaritaville Cottages by V Stay 315, 595. What? No. Here's Westgate Town Center that I was referring to. Margaritaville 315, 2355. Right, there we go. They're the most expensive on here so far. Margaritaville. It looks like V Stays is another. So they have some sort of in-house. So I can't find any individuals. So we won't know. Can't figure it out. I won't keep going any further into this. So we're going to wrap this up tonight. So we have something new to think about. Ladies and gentlemen, on Cruise on Land, we will see. Yeah, we will see. I probably think it would be better to go under the pool rental program. Yeah, it might be. They will try to rent that out first. Yeah, they will. But here's the point I'm trying to make. I'm going to use this again as a free agent. Okay, I don't really care what the hotel charges. All right? Because let's just face facts. Some things people don't consider. So, and I'll use Vegas as a perfect example. It's a big fight in Vegas. What do people generally do? They get a hotel. The hotel rooms could be like $400 a night, right? So the hotel condo has a 2-bedroom and they might charge $600 per night. The $600, $700 a night unit, they will have a few. Now, if I'm on Airbnb and I still have to charge $700 per night, people might not rent from me. That's where the fallout comes from. And vice versa. If the hotel room if the 2-bedroom condo hotel is charging $450 per night, and you know a hotel room costs $450 per night, I want to be able to charge more than $450 per night. I want to charge like $600 a night. I can't if we have a situation in place that says I can't charge more than the rental program. So all I'm saying is you want the flexibility. You don't want to even have the headache. That's not a good thing. We will see what happens tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow about all this, or I'll see the contract and I'll know for myself what it says. But hopefully there's some wiggle room or something that doesn't block, because I don't like blocks. In fact, I've never even heard of this before. I'm pretty sure it happens. I just have never ran across this before. I have run across, because of the timeshare hotel concept, that they wanted to stop renting. That has come up before. But again, you're in that situation, you're paying HOAs. What difference does it make if I use the week or anybody else uses the week or the 7 days or the 14 days or whatever days? The reason why I care is because they're renting out something they shouldn't be renting out and getting extra money. When in fact, that was the whole get-go, was supposed to be your own little private club. So hopefully, Mr. De La Cruz, you know my email, support@stopstrugglingnow.com. I'll be anxiously awaiting for that. So we learn something new every day. I didn't realize they had that. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. And please join us on Wednesday night live stream. It's at 8:50 p.m. You have to have an icon next to your name like this. That means you're a member of the channel in order to be in the chat room on Wednesday. Everybody can watch, but only members with the icon can be in the chat room at 8:50 p.m. and beyond. And we'll have another subject matter that we're going to talk about. In fact, it might be about some more no qualifying, no credit check real estate. And we'll be talking about this contract that just came out, or this information in the cruise on land contract. We'll talk about that. And we're going to be talking about the increase in prices for cruise on land. And we're going to find out a little more about the 2.5% and when that's going to happen at Larimar. All of that's coming up Wednesday, plus some more new projects and another subject matter of assets that we're going to get that's going to pay us in the long run. So we won't care if there's a stock market crash or a housing market crash. Will we? No, we won't. But we'll take advantage. And with all that said, once again, I'll say it again. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, but never fear, ladies and gentlemen. You are here in the SSN Nation. If you have any questions, make comments down below in the video. After the video on replay, make comments down below. I will answer it or someone else will answer it. You can send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow.com and I'll answer questions as well. And that's pretty simple as I can get. We're here to help. We're looking for you, emerging millionaires. And of course, you can always get this gear that I'm wearing at stopstrugglingnow.com. No problems with that. And with all that said, no matter what happens, keep the good spirit, keep the good karma coming, and keep your head up. Keep moving, and I'm out.